Yeah, Black Sun in the hizzle, all for shizzle dizzle. We got an excellent show here today. I think this music is too loud. Is that music too loud, y'all? Let me know. Let me know, y'all. Let me know. Let me know if it is too loud. Let me know. Give me a one in the chat if it's too loud. One in the chat if it's too loud. Can I get a one in the chat if the music is too loud? Let me get a one in the chat. Can I get a one in the chat if the music's too loud? I need to know. If it's too loud, I will cut it off. Mic check it, mic check it, mic check it. One is too loud. Okay, so let me turn it off. Thank you, Gynocracy. Okay. Oh, shit. Hold on. All right, muted it out. Okay, thank you, Gynocracy. Thank you. Can't do background music from the truck. Can't do that. But I do have a GoPro coming up. So, today's title. How's my mic sound, Gynocracy? How does it sound? Let me get another one in the chat if my audio is good, because I found out what's messing up my audio. My phone was overheating. So, because the phone was overheating, it would cause it to act up. But I'm going to get a GoPro, which is not only waterproof, but weatherproof also. It's designed for like high temp, low temp. You know, you can like, it's popping a bit, but we can hear. Oh, shit. Damn. Sorry, y'all. And I put this little, damn. It's popping a bit. Damn. Gynocracy. I hate when my stuff pops like that. Because I like to give y'all good quality. Good quality. That's what I like to give y'all. A very good, fine quality. So today's title is Do Not Let Someone Else Define Your Freedom. Let me say that again. Do not let someone else define your freedom. The reason I say this because I've heard, y'all raise your hand and put a one in it, two in the chat. Put a two in the chat if you guys heard people say that freedom is not free. Because I've heard this fuckery. I've heard this kind of nonsense. I've heard it. Now, let me just get one thing clear, because this goes into the realm of freedom versus niggas wanting free shit. Let me say that again. Freedom, this goes into the category of freedom versus niggas wanting free shit. Now, let me just say this, y'all. People will want to tell you what freedom is and define your freedom for you, but everybody, we can get a Webster's dictionary in here. We can do that, and we can get that definition if y'all like. But when I say nobody means nobody, not even Webster can define what you deem as freedom. Ah, yes. MD20. What's going on, MD?
Peace. What's up? Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound good, man. She's Gynocracy said I was popping. So
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's all good though.
yeah, I'm gonna have to guys, MD, I got a new headset, so it's I think it's my carrier, man. I think I might have to go with Verizon, man, because that popping, it shouldn't be popping like that. Like I said, when I got a brand new headset, so I'm looking into it, but I'm definitely getting a new camera. I'm getting a GoPro, so I'm not gonna use the phone no more. The phone is because every time it overheats, it pops too. It acts up. So I'm gonna just make sure everything on my end is on the up and up. So I just ordered the GoPro. But yeah, yeah. What is your take? Because I know you heard this. I know you heard this just in life in general. When they say freedom is not free, I disagree with that.
I
I
mean,
disagree
I
with that.
more context what they mean by that, but
I
I
guess I'm
I've heard the moniker before.
so MD. I'm guessing. I'm only guessing, and that's why I got the eagle on the cover. I'm guessing that they're talking about the freedoms here in America.
I mean,
Freedoms as good
say
as. Oh, go ahead.
I'm talking about in general. I would say they would say that your freedoms is either one or two ways. It's built. Your freedom is given to you on the backs of others, which I can see the
Okay.
argument. But they'll also say, like in our instance, we had to get our freedom in blood. You know what I mean? And
Right.
to the most part, in a general sense, I would agree. But here's the issue:
Okay.
when you try to equate freedom to any other uh any other effect of what you think liberation is, therein lies the problem. You know what I mean? How much it's almost thinking of it like this: how much freedom can you afford here in the United States of America? You see what I mean? I think they're looking at it in that sense.
Okay. And that's why I always ask for definitions and clarity because um, one can almost one can almost mistaken that for free shit when you talk about buying certain things. So do we equate freedoms with I don't know people having cell phones or people having I don't know a car or I don't know freedom to move around. So I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to get clarity on MD is like I guess we got to ask for specifics then, right?
You would have to find out what are they equate freedom to, and
Okay,
you can
okay,
you can't ask them no you can't ask them that in a layman's term. You gotta get them to be specific as far as here in the U.S. because that's all they can equate freedom to. They don't know shit about freedom anywhere else. So you gonna have to run them down and put in a corner and say what is freedom to you in the United States of America, and then you can get a better context on how to push the argument. You know what I mean?
okay.
I think a lot of I think a lot of I use the term Afrocentrics and a lot of the neo RBG type thinkers try to equate freedom to something that's outside of their reality. And me personally, I don't think it's possible. I don't think that you can because then you going into the sensationalism part.
Right, right,
You're,
right. You're going in, right. You're going into make believe land, right?
you're imagining some type of utopic visualization of what you deem freedom to be, but in reality it don't exist. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right.
Hell, it don't it
So
don't it don't even exist in your foundation, which is Africa.
right. Good
So
point.
what are we talking about from a political sense? How are we dictating freedom from political sense? I would argue that you can only do that based on your conception of what freedom is in American society. That goes back to what I've been saying over and over again. Your very thought process of revolution, of what you deem freedom, is only possible through the eyes of what you look at freedom to be, which is United States of America.
Right.
Other you have even a thought of what you perceive freedom to be without the freedoms that you have right here, right now. It's no way. The our ancestors, the slaves, didn't have no concept of what liberation and freedom was because they didn't have a concept of what their freedoms were in America because they didn't have any. So they wasn't
Good
thinking that
point.
way. So the Afrocentric mind will say that they were lost. They were slaves. They were slave minded. They didn't have any concept. You're right. They didn't because they're they once the onset of true revolution happened, which was the onset of the Civil War and Reconstruction, they were able to garner these mindsets of revolution, of total liberation and equality, and
Right,
that's how things as Black folks that we have right now. But that doesn't mean that the thought doesn't stop. I'm not saying that.
right.
You wouldn't have the thought of Black nationalism if the thought did stop.
Right.
So I I'm not disassociating myself from that. What I'm saying is you have to understand where the thought process lies, what the foundation of the thought process was, and it's deeply rooted in the values of America. So
Okay.
so how do you separate yourself from the thought that was given to you with the 13, 14, 15? You know what I mean?
Right.
And then try to associate yourself from that and try to some something imaginary. That part I don't agree with.
Right. Right. That's I. Yeah. You know what? And I'm glad you broke that down because I didn't want to confuse any people on where we were going with that because you're hitting the target every time. Actually, I'm being vague, but you're getting right to the point, man. And that's why I'm so glad that you're here, man. Shout out to the Arena family. Shout out to MD, man, for breaking that down, man. And that's why I'm glad you're here because I hear a lot of that. I hear a lot of equating freedoms with these unachievable goals and aspirations, unrealistic, meaning you got realistic and you got unrealistic. You know, um, can you give us an example? I guess let me just because I know it's so many things, but your top three. Hey, what up? What up, GTL? What up? And anybody can participate in this, and I want to definitely get GTO on this also. But um, I guess let me ask MD, do you have multiple freedoms?
Get in what sense? What do you mean?
Um, damn, I know. Where do we even start? Huh? I guess as far as like I guess just based on the general definition of what freedom is. So I guess the general definition is just I don't know, freedom of movement, freedom of thought, freedom of speech. I guess those three right there. Would you? I guess based on the Constitution, would you? I mean,
Freedom in itself is the outlier, and from freedom, from the root of freedom is the different expressions of freedom that are the branches. You know what I mean?
right,
So so when you say freedom in itself is total free range thought. You know what I mean? That's what
yes,
freedom is. So I mean, in that sense, freedom would be considered like just a singular a singular pattern. You know what I mean? Whereas as the pattern goes, different expressions of that freedom can branch out. You know what I
right,
mean? So
okay,
then what expression of freedom is not permitted? You know what I mean? Which I don't think there isn't one. You know what I mean? The difference is consequence. Consequence, whether it be legal or social.
okay,
You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean you have freedom like it's singular, it's period. Like if you're free, you're free.
okay,
Nothing is Nothing is constricting your freedom.
Okay, so if a person, let me give you an example. So if a person says, "Well, we don't have any freedoms here in America," or "We don't have any true freedoms in here in America," what would be your rebuttal?
I, See, that's the thing. Like, what? How can you say free? We don't have any true free. What's a true freedom? Do we have false
I,
freedom?
I
You know,
I
that,
think
that
I'm asking.
that's
That's
the
why I'm
biggest
asking you,
disconnect
MD.
with black people. Like we like with the discussion, people feel like we don't have true freedoms. And when you ask these people what that means, they talk about like, a lot of people, like y'all said, want to live in utopia, but that's not really possible. It really gets to be people get to start creating their own ideologies, and then it just gets to be like just sickness at the end of the day, because people have their own ideas of what a utopia is. You look at even the Hebrew Israelites, they say that it's a whole bunch of versions and shit like that in paradise, and they gonna be able to snatch up the girls as soon as they on a period. And it's just like, hold on, while y'all sitting on them corners yelling in people's faces, this is y'all end goal. Like that's somebody freedom. That's what they deem as freedom, but it puts somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? Make somebody else feel uncomfortable. So, like it's very weird.
well,
Why your face look like that, MD?
no, I'm looking at the truck. So I'm still. So if we don't use the Hebrews as an example, the Hebrews follow strict statutes. Ain't that freedom? What are they free to do?
I
Is
mean,
that
you can talk about what people look at true freedom, but then you look at the restrictions people gonna have. All these groups of black people gonna have is really just bullshit for real. They're really not
So
saying nothing.
is it restrictions or is
They idea of freedom is putting restrictions on certain shit. Putting restrictions on a white man. Putting restrictions on biracial black people. Putting restrictions on. I mean, and then you still talk to them about the restriction of the white man if you really feel like the white man did all this, and they still be like, well, I still don't want to restrict the white man. It's just complete confusion. Am I right? Am I wrong, Black Son? Because even Black Son said, hold on, that don't sound right. Not restricting the white man. I thought you said that was the issue. You
right?
understand
Well,
what he's saying? So they want you can't and then the type of freedom that they want, you cannot have that type of freedom without bloodshed too. That goes without it's gonna be a major bloodshed. They want to skip over that part too and talking about hugging people. People, certain people. You know what I mean?
so yeah, I know what you mean, gynocracy, but I mean, well, it's just like how we started off the conversation. We were talking about like, well, first of all, what defines freedom? Like, where do we? Because you just made okay, you made some good points. You said okay, the Hebrew Israelites they want to go to heaven and have all these things that they deem as freedom, which I think is weird. But okay, I get it. Religious people got their thing, which is not realistic because when I talk about utopias, I talk about things that are really not in the vein of reality. Meaning, um, when I think of utopia, I think of like a place like I don't know where nothing goes wrong. Like your car never breaks down. I don't know. People don't never get sick. Just I mean I don't know what I mean. Utopia is not a real place to me. It's almost like people are trying to create a heavenly place that has been brought on by religious concepts. Oh, go ahead,
It's
go ahead. I'm
based
sorry.
off of people's perception because like the whole thing about it is uh there's like metaphysical like things that people like. I don't know, like I feel like as far as metaphysics is concerned, the basics of it, it'll tell you that earth is neither heaven nor hell. When you really look
Okay.
at it, like the energy of how everything flows in your day to day. Like no matter how happy you is, somebody around you still dies. You still got to age. Your back might still hurt tomorrow. Like those is the things
Right.
that people don't like about living. It's just like you just don't have an appreciation for life because I just feel like a lot of people just feel like that there's supposed to be no pain at all. I just think it's also you might be mentally weak, more so mentally weak than what you really think you are. It's
Well,
a lot of mentally weak people out there. Like what you was gonna say, MD.
no, I'm saying the United States don't grant you freedom of having any pain. I don't see that nowhere. So is that considered freedom? I would say no.
I mean, things that's perfection. They say things that's perfection on this earth is obsolete. It don't. We have so many examples just based off. I mean, if you believe that everything that we have access to on this physical earth is not for no reason, then you already know the examples of perfection that was destroyed. You
Well,
know, like
okay.
there's no need for it in this on this planet. That's not what we came here for. Well, I
No,
believe that we asked to be here. We were
it's
stupid.
where not even the U.S. but anywhere in the world that says you having shit is freedom. I don't see that anywhere, let alone the Constitution. So what are we talking about? Freedom versus free shit. Let me give you an example. So do you know what grants you freedom in the United States? Not only just the Constitution, but what is what I'm asking you. What within the Constitution grants you your freedom?
Hold on, you breaking up, MD.
Oh shit! Hold on.
All right, you sound better now. I don't know if you
No,
were just
what in the Constitution grants you your freedoms in the country?
like freedom of speech, right? And the freedom to bear arms.
Is that part of though?
Yeah.
Part of the amendment
Hold on, you
is the
you
First
breaking
Amendment.
up real bad.
I told you I'm in a bad area. I might have to drop off.
All right, yeah, just you might have to drop off real fast because I can't hear shit you saying.
Black son, do you hear me?
He said,
Yeah,
"What part of the Constitution?" Did I get it right?
yeah. But MD's breaking up a little bit. I heard him.
Yeah.
I heard MD the first time, but yeah, it's you're in a bad area. Damn.
Yeah. All these people in the chat. Who these people in the chat? You know them, Black Son.
I don't
Don't
know
let
them.
nobody new up when you drop the link and without
No,
that
no, I ain't
banner.
letting nobody up. No, no. I don't know who the
I'm just
hell is.
letting you know. I said, let me come up here. Fuck going on.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. No. Yeah. I'm not doing that because I don't know. I don't recognize none of these people. Um. So I think MD was asking. I want to wait till he get back because I don't want to mess up what he said. The only one I see in it that I know is Jake Hal and Juju. I don't know where it's all these other people. Shit. Yeah, Jake Hal and Juju. That's what I. Okay, so let me. Okay, so what the. Okay, I think MD's back. Okay, MD.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, you
Jake
sound good
said,
now. Yeah.
Jake
No,
said,
what I was asking you was what in the Constitution initiates you having freedom in the country is what I was asking. It's the First Amendment, right?
yeah,
So you got speech, religion, and you got what? Freedom of the press.
yeah,
Yes.
What's the other ones? Freedom of assembly and freedom of petition.
yeah,
So nothing garners you having anything in the country. That doesn't grant you freedom. The ability to obtain it does, but nothing grants you anything physical in freedom. I will go as far as to say nothing in the world grants you anything physical when it comes to freedom. So what are we talking about? Like, what is freedom? This is a serious question that you really have to ask somebody.
Right.
Freedom is not free. In what sense? What are you deeming freedom to be? That I have to pay for? That's what I'm asking. So when people say freedom is not free, You have the freedom to speak on what you think freedom is not. That's freedom. You have the thought to conceptualize your religion as it pertains to your freedom. That's freedom. You have the ability to write or question um anybody that you would think that was in an official position. That's freedom of the press. That's freedom. You can do that right now. You don't need no money for that. You don't need anything physical to do that. The freedom of assembly. You just got finished talking about the Hebrew Israelite. The freedom of assembly is the inception of the Hebrews able to go in the corner and do what they do. That's freedom.
And say that sick ass shit.
The freedom of the right to petition. What's petition? Meaning I have the right to go to the government and say this is wrong. It needs to be right, i.e., reparation. That's freedom. I have the freedom to
Yeah.
do so. Is it a legal tender? Yes, it's legal. But I got the right to say, uh, uh, you stepped on my toe. That wasn't right. I need reparation. That's freedom of petition. So with those five tenets, I could argue that I just exemplify all the freedoms that you have and the ability to create the thought process of thinking that you're not free. So what would you call that? I call it freedom. Not to mention everything else, right to bear arms, blah blah blah, this and that. We know it's legal constrictions in a lot of that, but those are rights at the end of the day.
And people don't
So
even
if
talk
so
about
if
how you
I'm
can get
able,
those rights back as a felon. They don't talk about that. They just be like, oh,
right. So if I'm able to counter your argument based off of what freedom is defined by the Constitution, then what does that say about you? I would say you free as hell because the freedoms allow you to even think like how you think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we were just talking about when we said they can create their own little communion. I mean community where they do their own little thing in their own little island in America, but they go somewhere else is not gonna be what they think they're gonna experience.
Now, we're okay. So GTO and MD, would y'all say most people here in America, their concept of freedom were molded here in America, and so when they go to other places, they take that with them unintentionally?
Mm.
They take it with them subconsciously because it's ingrained. Freedom is ingrained in them as being American. So they don't have to think about it.
Wow. Okay. Ah, man, that's. I mean, damn. So
Any Negro that's going to a foreign land. Hold on one second.
okay,
Hey, what's
okay,
up,
okay.
boss?
Cases.
Yeah, he working right now, but I guess I don't know what the hell he was gonna say, but
Well,
but
what's your okay?
All right,
Well,
here I come.
okay.
No,
Okay,
no,
he's
my
back.
bad, my bad.
Oh, you good? You good? Okay, so now what about your concepts of freedom, GTO? What do you define as freedom?
um I don't know. Like I just be sticking around just for the discussion. I really don't have a strong opinion on it as other people.
Wait, you
Even though
don't
I
have a
do look
concept
at
of
life
freedom
from a
for
meta,
yourself?
even like even though I look at things from a metaphysical standpoint. I just think that everything on Earth in general is just as balanced as it should be. It just depends on you know you as an individual. But I do believe that in certain countries it's worse than it is in America, and I think that a lot of Black Americans don't look at stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was watching 90 Day Fiance, like you look at the women they'll go to the Arab countries or whatever, and they'll be so with their whole chest puffed out, like I'ma show my ankle, and it's just like, bitch, no, you're not. Like, but you want to marry
Right.
this man. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna keep my black ass right here. I don't know nothing about Africa. I
So
just feel like we more so American than anything. So I have my own personal opinions, but I don't do the extremism shit. I never looked at life like that. But I always wanted to have my own community and stuff like that. Like that'll be nice. But even looking at the history of cults, that shit is scary because somebody always like even if it's my shit, right? Like, have you ever seen that documentary Wild Wild Country with Osho, with the guru Osho?
I never
He
seen it.
but anyway, it was this guru. Like at the time of like the 60s and the 70s where all those cults came out, it was this one cult, the most successful one. It just went downhill because one of his disciples started trying to kill people and poison people and shit like that. It wasn't even a man who cult it was. It was somebody who was following him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody that's studying up under me spiritually to feel like I'm paranoid. I gotta do like I don't even know that you have guns on my compound. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through that. That's madness. You understand what I'm saying? Then I'm
So
gonna
do
say
you feel
like,
like the
I'm trying to
cults?
kill you, like, cause why you got guns trying to kill people in my society, in my mini society in America? You understand? So it seemed
Right.
like, yeah, go
So do
ahead.
you feel like cults? Do you feel like cults pose a threat to your personal freedoms?
Yeah, I feel like that pack mentality for some reason, like it just seemed like spirituality is healthy, but when you use it as escapism and you're not really working with the people and stuff like that, because when you square off with like a group of spiritual people or whatever, it's a very high vibration. But I feel like when you start working with the people, when you start like looking at other people like, oh, you're low vibrational because you don't want to bring them up to your level, I feel like that causes kind of like insanity a little bit. Like it fuck with people. It's got to, because I've been studying this for a while, and it's like, what cult have you really seen that's really been successful? It's always some bullshit. Like, why somebody gotta die? Why somebody always gotta get raped? Why somebody always gotta have a sex cult? Like, why do it turn into that? Or maybe human beings is not meant to be squared off from Earth like that, from where they don't have no understanding of what's going on around them. I just feel like that causes insanity.
GTO is freedom. The
It's
United States allows you to not have a linear ideology from everybody. It allows you to do that.
mm-hmm.
It don't no matter if it's crazy as hell or not.
Because it's a lot of crazy motherfuckers here. There's been a lot of crazy cults where people have tried to create true freedom. They was able to create true freedom or whatever. And I feel like outside of kids getting hurt and kids being abused and somebody dying, the government would never gave a fuck. But that happened. That actually goes down. It's like, where's these communities that's successful for real? You look even around the world, you have certain tribes, like when we were talking about the Jarawad people, and you was like, oh yeah, the Indian government is protecting them. I said, oh, what?
But
Ooh.
why are we talking about success though? I don't see nowhere where the United States grants you success. I don't see that.
Oh, you don't see that, Diva? No, I'm not talking about success. I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about I'm talking about just when people talk about our true nature was just having our feet in the dirt when we had our indigenous societies and we was more tribal and stuff like that. But even that had its problems because we was warring with other tribes and shit like that. Like, you know, you understand what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so yeah, I understand totally what you're saying. So whose responsibility? if that's what you feel like your true nature is, whose responsibility is that? Is that on the people, or is that on you?
Good question. That's a
That's
great
what people.
question.
Yeah, people that feel like that's human beings' true nature. They just gonna think about everybody else. It's crazy. They'll fight tooth and nail to prove that point. Like that part of history. That's when we was perfect. And you still can't find any evidence of that being a utopia either. Like, where in history did we have a complete utopia?
Well,
You can't find it.
I would tell you that's not freedom, and here's why.
Yeah, I would agree.
Freedom is based on an individual thought. Freedom is based on your expression of what that freedom is. Can nobody express freedom for you?
Yeah.
So
Facts, facts,
anything that's group thought is not free. I'm gonna tell you that straight up
facts.
right now.
Straight up. Oh
Mm.
man, damn.
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
the
yes.
hell with what somebody else think. I
And
choose
that's where
that.
the
I
cult
don't
thing
care.
come in. That's why you gotta force people. That's why you gotta cause confusion. That's why you gotta have a divine, put the divine divinity in there that's not even real. You know, that's why the
Well, yeah.
motherfuckers gotta act like they Jesus.
I agree 100%, man. If you have a group thought, then yeah, that's definitely not freedom. So yeah, I definitely agree with that 100%.
So again, it goes back to Black Sun original point. Freedom is not free. When we talk about us, we talk about black folk. When we talk about us as black folk, we understand on the onset of the foundation of this country, we were not free. Certain things had to take place in order for us to be granted those freedoms.
What do you say
These,
to the people that feel like, that's why racism fucking us up now?
well,
Because there's too many.
racism is not racism. You can't equate racism to anything freedom because I can't stop nobody from being racist. Hell, that's freedom.
Right, right. I'm gonna say this: some of my best contractors, I think, are racist. I'm just saying. I don't know.
We,
So I
we
don't know
gotta
how
stop.
that.
We gotta stop looking at racism and letting that define our reality because it don't. What we would consider quote
Facts.
unquote white supremacy, on the other hand, that's a different argument.
Right.
But racism,
Right.
I don't give a damn about no. What do I care about racism? Hell,
Same
I'm
here.
probably racist in my own mind. You know what I mean?
True.
So that don't define your freedom. You can't stop nobody from being racist. Don't work like that.
Facts. Facts.
True.
And the moment you do try to stop somebody from being racist, then that wouldn't be freedom.
Facts.
So I guess people next question would be like, what would y'all define as white supremacy then?
Well, I don't. I
I
look
don't
at
either.
I look at white supremacy as ideology, just like I look at RBG or black nationalism as ideology. It's all ideology.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
what I mean? I'm not saying that white supremacy don't exist in the mind of somebody, but I'm telling you, I don't let white supremacy dictate my reality in the country.
I was just gonna say
And
that.
I don't.
Damn. You still my thunder. I was gonna damn. You still
That's
go
gonna
ahead,
be
man. Damn.
that would be a good debate topic.
What's the difference between white supremacy and black nationalism? The Negro will tell you white supremacy is the leading factor of success in the country. I would tell you no, but they basing it off of group thought, and I'm telling you, group thought is not freedom. So
Right.
again, I go back. What is freedom? Just like somebody say, have you chose Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior? I choose freedom as my personal Lord and Savior because freedom in your
I
heart.
love it.
It can't be dictated. It can't be distributed. It can't be rationed out through a certain group of people. It don't work like that. It's
That's
you and
right.
you alone. The group in itself, going back to what I was saying earlier, the group in itself, things had to take place in order for us to be granted those freedoms, i.e., Civil War, all that, this and that. So then the question to the Negro will be, well, see, that proves freedom ain't free. But then I would go back to the Constitution and say, hey, it says right here the right to petition. The Union had the petition the right to give us those freedoms. So was that free, or was they expressing freedoms already given to those people in order to grant us access to freedom? We can have an argument if you say, okay, we had to give blood, we had to shed blood and sweat and tears. I go with you on that. But we paid the deposit,
Mm.
and I will argue that we still ain't there yet all the way. But that's another thing. Hey, Black Son, give me 1 second. I gotta secure this load real quick.
Okay,
Well, it
no
ain't gonna
problem,
be
no
real
problem.
quick, but yeah, give me a
Okay, no
second.
problem. No, no, we'll hold it out. No problem, no problem.
So
So, oh, go ahead, GTO.
yeah, like that's definitely that's something that would be a debate too. Like what? Damn. So somebody in the chat, J. Cal said, well, the ideology is working. Talk about white supremacy is the ideology,
White
I guess, J.
supremacy.
Cal. Yeah, he said white
Okay.
supremacy is working. Like I mean, I guess there's so many successful. Do y'all feel like there's so many successful black people now that their ideology isn't working? White
So
supremacy
are
isn't.
we so are we equating
Or do you think it's black
are we,
people's fault?
well, I was gonna ask, do we equate black success with freedom? Or that's just a question. I'm just asking
Mm.
because if so, then I guess you would have to go to each individual person because you got individuals, black people that will say they were successful. So, and then they will, I don't know, they will say, will say that the person or black people who are not successful, they will say that it's their fault. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there.
Mm. Juju says she
So,
says
so
she
you don't
feels
define.
free
Oh, go ahead.
in many areas of life. I mean, I feel free in many areas of life too because I never really thought about it until I started watching, Blackson and just hearing him, put his little egos up and sit here and be like, you have the freedom to do this, you have the freedom to do that. Like it's like something to really think about. But I never I never agree with other people neither because I never really thought that they supposed to look at. Well, they thought of Earth as supposed to be some utopia. I never would have agreed with that neither, you know. But Black Sun content definitely will open up your mind and make you realize, like, well, it's not so bad. Especially when he starts talking about people who actually had to overthrow the government and all the unnecessary bloodshed they had to go through. And when you hear certain black people talk, and I'm like, you gonna go through that for what? And it's not even gonna be enough black people that's even going to be on that. Like if we had to overthrow the government, it's not going to be enough black people. It's just going to be like a big ass dent of black people just missing who chose to do that. Whatever population of the black people chose to do that, they just all just going to die, and ain't shit going to happen for black people. That's how I feel because it's a lack of unity.
Yeah. So the link for anybody to jump on, if y'all want to maybe define what freedom is to you, especially Juju and J Cal, y'all regulars jump on here. Um, if y'all got the time, I don't know if y'all have the freedom. Get that? The freedom to jump on, meaning, and I don't know if your job will allow you the freedom to jump on, but if you have the freedom, the free time, if you have the freedom, jump on. See how that works? Y'all see how that works?
I think,
That's just an example of freedom. There, I don't know,
in,
just an example of freedom.
in Juju, in terms of like economics and education and politics and everything else, um, people haven't really. People aren't really looking at which countries is better than America and start talking shit about that. They just worried about, having their own black land. They not talking about what countries is really better. Like, the places that's really better than America, they just be talking shit.
So are these people trying to define freedoms for other people? Basically, a group
Yep.
thing as a. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
The group
okay,
thought,
okay.
yeah.
So, oh, okay, okay.
Somebody say,
Um,
yeah, I'm in Africa, but I appreciate life. Who is all these people coming from? I mean, thank y'all for coming past, though. Love your words, sister.
so okay, well, let me ask you this, GTO. Do you got some favorite freedoms that you have, or are you just never even thought about it?
Probably my freedom of speech because I run my mouth a
Okay,
lot. Probably freedom of
okay,
speech.
okay. Freedom of speech.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. You think a code would try to suppress that?
Yes, especially since like they act like they cool with women, but then want the women to be quiet. You know, um,
Hmm.
they don't really want the women to really be public speakers or talk to men on open panels. I
Really?
guess.
Why is
Mm.
that? No, that don't sound like freedom.
They
That
said,
don't
"Oh,
sound
won't
like
you?"
freedom.
Right? It sound a little bit like Christianity, right? If anything.
It sounds like straight oppression to me.
Mm-hmm.
Based on my definition of oppression is, yeah, that sounds like a lack of freedom.
Mm-hmm. They don't want women to basically. They don't look at women as like teachers and stuff like that. Everybody version
Okay,
of freedom is going to be different because we all went through different experiences, and
thank you.
I think
Good
that
point.
we came here for those different experiences. I think that uh, human beings, down to the nitty gritty, whatever you want to call your spirit or whatever you believe that to be. I believe that we was just curious and just wanted to experience like bliss and pain, joy, and that's just how joy, pain. That's just how I view things because it don't make anything else doesn't make any sense to me. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've been moved away from religion. Like the Adam and Eve shit never made sense to me, but and anything else doesn't either. But I just feel like we just wanted to experience life. That's what makes the most sense to me. That we wanted to experience everything that there was to experience. You know, um,
So what about the group think? That what about the group think that we're discussing?
the group thing that
I'm sorry, the group think. Everybody thinking the same. I guess the unity thought, or uh, I guess what I'm saying is, I guess if in order to
I feel
come
like that
together and
leaves
not,
room for abuse because somebody's not gonna want to do the same thing, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Well, that person's a problem because of the pack mentality." So one person gonna get ostracized, beat up, or killed. Sometimes
wow.
abused. I think about it like if one person just say no, then that person is just forced or put out, isolated, or just killed or abused.
So it sounds like a threat against your freedom of thought there, GTO.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that problematic?
Very problematic. People don't see it that way.
Why
People
is
don't
that a
see
problem?
it.
Explain, because people, right? Because people don't see it that way. Can you explain why that is a problem in real time, in real life, to the people who don't it basically see it that way? Like
I
let's
mean,
just say, hypothetically, I'm a person and I don't see it that way. Can you explain to me why that is so important
because
in your thoughts?
while you say you want peace, that's not creating peace. You know, and in America, you don't have to go through that. You don't have to depend on the thoughts of others or whatever. You can even find your own like-minded people that is gonna through and through adhere to what you deem as freedom. That's how deep it is. You're so free in America. You can kind of choose bondage. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You are so free. You can choose bondage. That's how I look at it. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
So why are your thoughts so important to you? Why are your very independent thoughts so important as a woman?
As a woman, because
No,
I
just
feel like
as a human being. And I'm not even say as a human being.
as a human being,
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I get to get my message out there, like to help other women heal. Like, and I get to. I do want to wake up. I have woken up people that's religious. You feel what I'm saying? Or just didn't have any knowledge about spirituality. You feel what I'm saying? Like one of my best friends I met when I first met him, he was a atheist, right? And
Okay.
he had ended up, really studying metaphysics deeply, and then he started taking shrooms, and he said that shit opened up his mind. He said he started realizing that, it's a real spiritual world out there, and he became a warlock, and he was like, I'm so happy that I met you because I felt like I went on my spiritual journey, listening to you. And a lot of other people end up going on their spiritual journey, just hearing me speak and being on Facebook or, seeing me on social media or whatever, because I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just, I don't know, I just got to wake a lot of people up and got people started on a healing journey. Like, you'll just never know who's out there. I'll just randomly get a message or something like that. That's why it's important for me to get my voice out there, because I really do be changing lives. That's really something that I want to do, though. Like, I open up a temple one day, you know, and help people heal spiritually. You know, balance out people's chakras and give them spiritual baths, do little spells for them. You know, but I want to do it for damn near free. You know, I feel like it's a lot of people who don't have access to that knowledge, and I feel like that knowledge is for everybody.
Hmm. So you think freedom is a knowledge?
Huh?
Knowing freedom, is that a knowledge?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Juju said, "Shit, freedom to me is when you lose your job, you're able to go to the place for a one-shot deal and get some food stamps to feed my stomach and go find the nearest pantry." Yeah, I was just thinking about that shit. Yeah, I definitely listen. Definitely know how to take care of myself in a situation. So you can't really say like you don't have access to certain things. I know, like, you gotta know how to find it. Like, one thing I will say about in Baltimore is you can't go hungry here. It's impossible, almost.
It's impossible.
Damn near, yes. If you're hungry,
Okay.
it's because you're spending money on drugs. It's no other way. Like, okay, because you can always find a food pantry. You can always call 211. You can always you can even get a free phone. Like, you didn't even realize, people don't even realize you can get a free phone. You can get a free tablet. Um, you can enter a program to get free Wi-Fi. It's all types of shit. You just gotta know your way around shit. Yo, it was this one lady I had met at the shelter. She said the only reason why she was there is because she said, I don't know, she had this paper that said her credit was 16. What did the fuck that paper say? It said she was thousands of dollars negatives in her credit or some shit like that. So she would pass the paper around to different churches and they would pay her rent. And she did that
Right.
shit for like 4 years. And I
So
said,
it
what?
sounds like you and Juju are talking more about economical freedoms, I guess, because she said being able to never go hungry is a good ass feeling. Okay,
No, this
so
is real shit because like
no, I
people
know it's real
people have
shit.
their
Yeah.
black lands, motherfuckers gonna be hungry. I mean,
Right. Right.
And like what people would say with these, what a lot of black people say is, well, what about the people in America going hungry? And
Right.
it's just like, hold on, you got a way around that too. You just gotta know where to look. You know, you gotta know where to look at your resources. And a lot of people, you'll see people lose their vouchers or lose stuff because go hungry because they too bougie. Like, you know, I've seen people lose their vouchers because they think they're going to get all the bells and whistles. You're not going to get all the bells and whistles, you know, or
So it
you ain't
sounds
gonna,
like the issue is really not freedoms per se, or but really just
people
basically
feel like
economical struggle.
it should be no person left behind, but we gotta look at the situation on even that on an individual level, why people fail completely in America, because you do have freedoms the way you can make it out your hole. That's what we talking about now. Me and Juju, we survivors, so that's probably why we went
Okay,
straight
okay.
to
No, I want to hear.
that.
No, I want to hear. And I don't know if Juju she might at work, but yeah, I want to hear. I guess we can shift it over to the survival. You know, I mean, maybe that's what people because I've heard people throw around the word freedom and all that and slavery. So, but you and Juju are bringing up survival. So
Because
is that the real need, the crux of the issues that we're having here in America? Survival and
I think
people.
people also live like, okay, because of capitalism. You know, you have like people who want to stunt and people who live above their means. I feel like that's people in, no matter what tax bracket you in, a lot of people have that issue too. They don't know where to put their money at sometimes, you know. Um,
So you talking about
yeah,
money management?
yeah, money management. Like sometimes you got to look
Okay.
at that, like versus, like, how can I put it? Like, you ever know how people complain about how they do make over $100,000 and they like, oh, it's not enough or whatever. But it's just like,
Okay.
why isn't it enough? Like, are you really doing what you're supposed to be doing with that money? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, certain areas, yeah, but I think some people gotta bite that bullet and fucking move. You might have to move your ass. Okay,
Well,
you
would you
might
say
not
it's a
can't make
question
it.
of just
Yeah,
prioritizing? I guess. Okay.
yeah,
It's
prioritizing, and you talk about that too, Black Son. Believe it or not, like you be like, you know, in this certain area, it might not be certain jobs, or the cost of living might be too high. You might have to pick your ass up and leave. You might not, you know, like New York, California. It's
yeah.
ridiculous. Ridiculous. You know how many stories I knew about people who wanted to move to California because they
Right.
wanted to get an acting career. They end up being homeless and then being stranded in that motherfucker. They a beach bum. Like,
Right. Right.
well, they had to do everything in their
Well,
power to get. Huh?
I would look at a person like that, and I would just say I don't. Now, if a person, because I'm from California, Los Angeles, California, and I would say, well, my opinion is that a person, if they move from where they're at, from nothing to looking to be I guess, a Hollywood star, um, I would tell them. I mean, first of all, I would hope a person like that have their priorities in orders. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have your priorities in orders, then you're not going to be able to manage your money. And if you're not able to manage your money, then you're not going to be able to live in certain places, especially in California. You definitely need your priorities in order. And you know, and I'm talking from a place where I've met many people getting into trying to get into acting career as extras. I've met a boatload of musicians. Let me tell you, and let me tell you that stuff costs money. You know what I'm saying? Equipment. Um, as far as like even in, let's just say if you want to be an actor and go on a gig, you have to have a running car. You got to have insurance because some of these shoots be out in places and you might have to drive for about an hour or two. So again, you have to have a priority. So you have to have a job in the meantime to go to that next level, even if you're trying to be like a musician or an actor. So, case in point, even a person with a degree or trying to become like, oh, I got a bachelor's or I got a master's or whatnot, you still have to get a job in order to maintain your home, your rents, your food, your clothes, your shelter to even make it to that next level. Does that make any sense?
Right. I think people idea of like I'm like white supremacy could leave tomorrow, all the white people could disappear off the earth tomorrow. Black people really expect for people to just continue on production and then for life to just go on. The only difference is everything going to be free. They can just go into the goddamn market and just get what the fuck they want. Like that would be nice, but that shit not gonna go down.
Wait, it sounds
You
like you
know?
talking about free shit. You talking about free
Yeah,
shit?
free shit. Like that's what
Oh,
people
free
want. Free
shit.
shit.
Oh,
Just
okay, free
everything
shit. Okay.
continuing on, like but for free. But nobody's getting paid for this. Capitalism is just gone. That too. Like the money system is gone. But everybody's continuing on their dangerous ass jobs, picking up the trash.
Uh-huh.
Entertaining on the motherfucking TV, making sure the internet is on for free. And if you don't, motherfucker, you should get killed. That's really what they saying. But people got mad that you broke it down and was like, no, you talking about motherfuckers going back to living in mud huts, and y'all too spoiled for that shit. Y'all just talking because y'all want somebody to put some shit in y'all collection plate. That's what the fuck is going on.
Well, that's why I was
Yeah,
trying to give a breakdown of this freedom, so people
yeah.
be so quick to point fingers at Black Sun and say, "Oh, he's a bad guy." So I just want to break down. I just want to take a step by step breakdown of what freedom is. And in fact, I'm glad you mentioned that because I want to take a step by step breakdown of what white supremacy is. I want to also do that too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that because people gonna definitely be like, but white supremacy is successful. White supremacy was successful in not giving us all our freedoms. We only have free. We're not completely free. What Dane Cook say, the comedian, he said black people, he said that's why black people so mad because when we was freed, we wasn't completely free.
Uh,
uh,
so we weren't completely free.
yeah.
Okay,
That's what
I
people think, and people like that's why I asked y'all about the Mississippi Jim Crow thing. Them trying to bring back the Jim Crow laws because they got the
okay.
black
So
supremacists over there mad. They want you
okay,
to.
so GTO
Yes,
Juju
you
made a
do.
very good comment. Can you elaborate on what she just said? She said they want you to use your hardworking money to support others to sit on their ass all day. Oh, can you address that,
That's why.
Juju?
That's why I went. Juju, know what I'm saying when I said that people gonna continue on production like ain't shit happen. Like I don't know what job Trevor was talking about, but he was saying something about going up in the air, and it was like some type of electrician or some shit like that. What is it, Black Son? Because you know I'm slow, but what the hell? Whatever he was talking about, going 150 feet in the air or some shit.
Oh, the
All these
towers. Yeah,
dangerous.
towers.
Yeah, the towers. Yeah, the towers. That's what he was talking about. That he said, "Well, who going? How you going to get somebody to do that?" Motherfuckers was basically saying like they should still keep doing it because for you to even want to do a job like that, you just like doing dangerous jobs, and the people who want to do the dangerous jobs is just going to do it, and we going to find somebody that's going to do it for free. How? How? And in this people's society, if you don't do it, it might be a gun to your head, or they might put you out the society and might leave you high and
I
dry.
think I think free work is slavery. That's what I think free work is.
They gonna bring back slavery. That's what it. Damn.
I'm just trying to keep the definitions very clear. Free work is slavery.
Hmm. And if you don't do it, they look at you like you crazy. Even as simple as like making clothes. Let's say an old mama wanna come make clothes for they little community, they village and shit like that. Or whatever. Let's say one day she tired. She don't want to do it or whatever. She like fuck it. What they gonna beat that lady up? What y'all gonna say? Fuck that old lady. Or she should have. Oh, if somebody else can do it. What if they don't want to do it? What if they want to do something else? Then people don't have their clothes for the day. Or is that going to be a rotating job? These are something that you got to think about. That's trifling. have, have me working for free and not paying me so I can get me a good weed. Look, and Gigi, you're not gonna be allowed that anyway. You're not gonna be allowed on certain people black land because you like wearing your little wigs. You like wearing your wigs. They're gonna be like, you gotta get out, right, black son?
Wait, she won't have the freedom to wear wigs? Whoa, what the hell?
Oh yeah, come on, black son. You know how they do with they Umar Johnson face. Well, Umar Johnson said he not gonna hire no teachers at his school that got relaxed or colored or wigs. They can't wear weaves neither at his school. Umar Johnson. You ain't know that?
So that's the I guess infringe upon your freedom of expression, your freedom of that's a freedom right there, ain't it?
Yeah, that's another freedom.
Oh wow. Okay, okay.
And he had the freedom to say that ignorant ass shit talking about, but his school ain't accredited, so you also have the freedom of not going to a school that's going to waste your goddamn time. Okay. That information is out there. You don't have to waste your goddamn time going to his school that's not accredited. Um yeah, I said that shit crazy. I didn't think he was gonna go through with that and say that shit though, Black Son. So people not
Well,
even
that's
gonna
why
let
we're
you
doing
put
the
their
show.
hair a certain way.
Right. Well, that's why we're doing the show today to find out, what freedoms are. And we point at the freedoms and be specific and be again because I've been told freedom is not free. So, like in a sense, like I said, I agree with MD. Our ancestors have fought for the freedoms um, that we are familiar with today. So it seems like then now they're being setbacks, saying, okay, you can't wear wigs, you can't. I guess you can't wear nail polish either. I guess you can't wear nails. I guess, damn. I mean, what the hell? But again, who determines all these things? I guess Umar Johnson and whoever else is determining your freedoms
It's,
for you.
it's 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 all based off the like that Afrocentric, super duper pro black ideology. You can just tell what they gonna say in general. You can just use
Right.
Umar Johnson if you want to as a
As a okay.
so that way people won't feel like we picking on them. I just use Umar Johnson. Well,
You
that
just said
sounds
it sound like prison.
yes, it did sound like we gonna be in
That sound
cornrows.
that sound like prison.
He said we gonna be in cornrows. You ain't gonna see no women with no colored hair. But can y'all men even imagine not seeing no women with colored hair? All of them walk around in cornrows. Um,
I don't think the women are gonna have that. They not having it. So I
yeah,
wouldn't
because
even. I'm not gonna
that's how
see.
we
I don't.
that's go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, that's why I said I don't entertain utopias because they're not realistic. That is a unrealistic utopia, thinking that you're gonna have. Well, I guess that's their utopia. That's not my utopia. I'm just saying that's a form of utopic thinking right there.
And that's not even how women operate. That's not even realistic. Women, we're creative. Okay, a lot of those hoteppers got it wrong. Sitting up there trying to tell women, how to wear their hair and shit. Trying to say that we trying to be like white women. Like, no, in Egypt we was wearing wigs and shit because women, we are creative. We like color. We like color. We like makeup because that's just how we express ourselves. That's feminine energy. It's creative energy. Okay, that's just for women. You know, they don't understand it.
They don't
The
understand it, or
men
they
will.
don't want to understand it.
They don't want to understand it because they just, I don't know why they think of women as being so rigid, why they look at that as beauty. Our beauty is not for your consumption anyway, you know. Yeah, white women really was wearing them wigs back then. They was wearing it more than us. And they still wear wigs. Shit, they be wearing the lace fronts now. Or they wear they've been wearing the extensions more so than they've been wearing wigs, if you ask me. But they starting to wear the lace fronts now. Somebody said these niggas still wearing wigs. They definitely still wearing the wigs now. The men definitely still wearing the wigs. You gonna have to G check the men on wearing the wigs first. Cause y'all keep saying it was a gay agenda going on. So y'all gonna have to slap the shit out the men that's already wearing the wigs. And you gonna have to get embarrassed to find out that a lot of them gay men can beat you the fuck up even with a wig on. They got the fake beards now too. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh yeah, I forgot about the man units. So what about the men that wear the man units? That's actually straight. That's not gay. Black Son, I know you seen them. Black
The what?
Son.
I'm sorry. No, I never. No, I never seen that. What are you
I'm
talking
not. We're
about?
not talking about the gay men. We talking about like the man units. It's men that okay, if they hairline receding, they'll say fuck
Uh-huh.
that. Take their ass to the barbershop and get a like. It'll be like an afro, and the
Mm-hmm.
lady will like glue on the afro, and she'll cut it down and
Mm-hmm.
make it look like a fade. Like that's his hair. It's called a
Okay.
man
Okay.
unit or a man weave.
Okay.
J Cal, you know you did that with your dreads. They do the dreadlocks too. J Cal. I mean, some men might need it. I mean, it was this one dude. He looked like fucking Eddie Monster when he got in that chair before he got his little man unit. He was looking ugly as fuck. Man, they shaved that goddamn afro down, glued that shit on the top of his head. His shit was looking nice, like some rice. Okay, he went from where's my hug to bitch better have my money in like 30 minutes. I'm just rambling, but what you was gonna say, Black Son?
Now I was just saying that these going back to sounds like somebody else's utopia. I just want to see if now do you see how the utopia thing works? That's all.
Yeah, you definitely, put the nail right on the head. Where is MD at?
No, no, he's doing his load. He gonna be back. He's
Oh, well,
hooking his load up. Yeah. Uh-huh.
because he know about this more than me. I'm just talking shit. I
Well, no, you know about freedom. Oh,
do know about freedom, but I just
right.
like the way MD break it down.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't know how to do, Juju. I don't know how to braid for real. Wait, Juju, how you don't know how to braid? What? You of all people don't know how to braid? I know how to retwist locks, but I don't know how to braid. Because I used to have my own locks. And how you wear a weave? How you wear a quick weave and you don't know how to braid your own hair? I can do a sloppy thick box braid. I'm dead. My spirit mother keeps saying she gonna teach me how to braid, but her arm fucked up too.
You said her arm fucked up.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be braiding my hair. She's supposed to be having surgery on her arm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Blackson, what else you was gonna say about freedom?
Well, um, one thing that people will always say when they're talking about freedoms, they were like, "Oh, well, they don't want no discipline." And a lot of times that come from people. Now, to me, a discipline is like, I don't know, like if you're smoking, you want to stop smoking, you stop smoking. That's a discipline.
Right.
If you want to like eat healthy because you're in bad health, you're told that is a discipline. Equating discipline with people's freedoms is just a slick way of trying to encroach upon their freedoms. When you try to shame person about their disciplines, you know.
Mm. Yeah. Like how you talk about like people can't tell you, oh, you stuck on the white man diet, because you a
Right.
vegan. They can't call you they mad because you a hardworking black man. They can't say you broke. You've been through some
Hmm.
shit and you made your life, to where you want it to be, kind of where you not bitching and complaining. That shit make people mad, bro. People feel like people feel like no matter where you at in life as a black person, you always supposed to be angry, and
Really?
because yeah, like dead ass, you
Wow.
always supposed to be angry, or you always supposed to want more for your people. But at the same time, if you really take a look around, black people don't want better for themselves for the most part.
Right.
They don't want to
Interesting.
stop
Wow.
the bullshit. And that's where that's why I do agree with you and Yanga about the niggerism and all that other shit, and to the certain point, because you gotta let that part of the culture go, my nigga. You can't. It's no way around it, you know.
Right.
And that's why I be trying to tell. I was trying to tell Yanga. I said, yo, you gotta take a look at some of this divestment talk, some of this manosphere talk, because it really gets the you really get to see how in certain spaces people just coddle people and baby people and they toxic
Hmm.
bullshit. And when you see that type of shit going on in the community, it's just like, is it a lack of education, or is just people just trying to hold on to their, bad habits and bullshit, and they'll come up with an ideology for why these bad habits and this toxic shit is okay. Like that. Did you see that man that said he can skeet at any woman and he don't have to take care of the baby ever?
Wait, what? No, I didn't see that.
Man, he been all over. He got a blue hoodie on, and he is it's just a mess. He just bragging about, oh, I fucked over 100 women, and 7 women is mad because I don't want nothing to do with them kids, and I already told you that you could have gotten an abortion, and I offered to pay for the abortion. And, excuse you, sir. Wasn't the manosphere just complaining about, oh, y'all bitches need to stop having abortions anyway? So what is you saying? What is you saying? Everybody like, oh, they should never had the baby. The man offered to pay for the abortion. I said because they didn't want to murder their baby. I thought y'all said that was murder. I thought y'all was said it was murder.
Mm.
Now it's not murder. Now they should have murdered their baby. Now it's murder. Like what is it? I say it's double talk, it's confusion, so people continue on the toxic behavior. Ain't
Right.
nobody gonna hold that black man accountable for just getting in a whole bunch of women. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, you made sure that you fucked a whole bunch of jump offs. It's a lot of women that they never experienced pregnancy. They ain't know that when they felt that heartbeat, that shit is real.
Hmm.
You can't get mad at her. She should have aborted the baby. That's niggerism. Should
Mm.
nobody be? If you want to talk about being a utopia, shouldn't nobody, a real utopia, somebody would stone that man. Somebody would kill that man. That's my utopia, motherfucker. But
Oh,
in
that sounds
America,
oppressive as hell. Oh God, that sounds
exactly.
horrible.
exactly. That's my utopia.
Oh, I hear you.
But I can't
Well,
force that on other
you
people.
can
That
you can
man is just
always
an asshole.
you can always move to Saudi Arabia. You know they do that kind of stuff in Saudi Arabia.
No, I don't want to move to Saudi Arabia. I want to make sure somebody beat him up. How about that?
No, but I'm saying they do all kind of like ancient brutal
No, it's
executions.
not.
And
It's
why
not
you
even
won't want to
that because
move to?
they gonna make me wear hijabi and not be hot. But because I just want it for people like that. That would be my utopia. But I'm not trying to force it on nobody else.
Oh,
You
I
know,
see. Okay,
you
okay.
feel what I'm saying? But that's how I
Hmm.
feel. You know, like when you said that you was creating your own black land, that's when I was like, well, what about the death penalty for pedophiles? And you was like, what? And I was like, yeah, but this is my time to this is my this is the freedom that I
No,
want
no, no.
for
What
me
I
to
was
do.
saying, no, what I was
Mhm.
saying, I think you misunderstood me. First of all, pedophiles don't even survive in the state pen in the United States. So I don't. Yeah, that's why
Damn,
I
I didn't
was
even know
like,
that.
I was. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. But yeah, a lot of them don't survive in the pen. Number two, I was referring because you got different levels of convicted felons and criminals. So I was just talking about the people being locked up for child support, people being locked up for like your financial crimes. I wasn't talking about like
Okay.
yeah, like I said, there's different levels. You got different levels of yeah, but there's a large portion of people who are not doing their child support and they get locked up in the system again, which enables them to work, which it kind of defeats the whole purpose. But I was just trying to, I mean, hey, I was just trying to think of a reform system, a system to where they are earning money for their families. But we already discussed that, so it really didn't. Like I said, that conversation really
Somebody
go nowhere. So
somebody actually said, I forgot somebody on this open panel, and I was in a manosphere just kicking it one day, and this
okay,
dude actually had a really good solution. He said it should be, he said joint custody should kind of be forced on both parties. You know, once the baby is here, and I feel like outside of I feel like once the man should be able to prove to the courts that he can take care of his child, like he have a physical address and blah 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 blah, and then from there, if he do, then it should be just automatically, joint custody, because
hmm,
like just depending on one party who might be bitter and mad because shit didn't work out. But you do have a lot of
uh-huh.
bitter women out there who just keep the child away from the man for no reason, and the woman don't have any insight to what's going on because men be secretive and shit like that, or because men might live a double life.
Right.
Just at least let the courts know that you have a stable life. Let CPS come in, see what's going on both parties. Just because it was a discrepancy, so it might be neglect on both parties. The bitch might be lying, he might be lying. Let CPS
Okay.
come in and see, and if everything is okay, that joint custody should go to both parties.
Let me say
Okay,
this.
and
I'm going to address Juju. Juju made a good point. She said as long as they take care of it and the baby is well, I don't care who or how many kids people choose to have. This ain't nothing new. People be more concerned about other backyard than they own. Oh, that is a good point, Juju. Not only is that a good point, but people like to get in other people's business because they want to divert away from what they are not either not doing in life. So yeah, that's why I was just like, yeah, that's a very good comment she just left. Very good comment she just left. Oh, go ahead, GTO. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
no, you're right. I was just reading what she said, but yeah, he put his business out there that he said he wasn't taking care of his children. That's why I said it should be forced. It should be forced, and I feel like, and then if the man still is fucking around, then he should, like, look at it as child neglect. You're neglecting your child. You should be put in jail. That's how I look at it.
Hmm.
Now, I know some people be like, oh, that's child support. No, there's more than child support, nigga. You supposed to physically be there for your child that you skeeted out. If you can't physically be there, that's neglect. Now I think you should go to jail because motherfuckers giving you a chance. Motherfuckers give you a chance to put your physical address in. You don't gotta pay no money. Your checks don't have to get garnished. You get to spend time with your child. You get to bond with your child. You don't gotta deal with that bitch. What's the issue? You can still even get your little escort. You know how people get their little police escort because the bitch be tripping. You can even do that. I mean, ain't that's what men complain about for the most part when they be like, they won't let me get my kids. My black son, you'll be able to see who.
I don't know because I'm not in those spaces. I don't. You be talking about a whole different space I can't relate to. Since I don't. I
I
don't
mean, I
mingle
mean, you
around.
ain't never hear them niggas be like, she won't let me get my kids because da da da, and I'm stable, blah blah blah. That will solve a lot of the issue. Forced joint custody, and then once that man, then we'll be able to see who really abandoned a child for real.
Okay.
Because at that point, and it's one thing for you to just not be stable. If you, I feel like it should also be maybe be arrangements for you to get stable as well. Maybe it'll be a little program for the four of us or whatever. But for the most part,
Okay.
yeah, I feel like it should be forced. I feel like that's a good
Force.
scenario.
Okay. Okay.
And black son, you gotta let me have that law in your black land. Okay, let me handle the child support and shit.
But my black land has to be better than America though. That's that.
I
How is
think
that
that's
better than
good.
America?
I think that's good. And men can't complain about that unless they want to reveal that they just want to abandon a
Yeah, but
fucking
wouldn't it
kid.
be
And I
wouldn't it
don't
be a
think men is
case
ready for that.
wouldn't it be a case by case situation though? Because some women might say, well, the man may not be suitable to be around his children. I mean, you got cases like that,
Oh, that's a whole nother ball game then. I'm
right?
talking
So
about. Oh, you talking
America's
about
already
suitable?
taking that in consideration though. You got to do
Oh, you
what you have
talking
to do in
about the
real life.
situation where the man be abusive to the woman?
I mean, it could be anything. It could be anything. You don't know what that situation entails. And so, what I'm saying is that America has all that covered. So, in Blackland, in order for Black Sun, because the whole goal of Black Sun's Blackland is to be better than American. I don't know. I
That's
don't.
why I said. That's why I said a CPS case for both parties should already. Once somebody feel like child support should even be ensued, both parties should be investigated by CPS because what the
Okay.
fuck is going on in that home? Y'all was just
Okay.
fucking raw. Now it's an issue. Somebody needs some money. Why somebody needs some money? We going in and seeing what's going on with that home. Now, as far as like it sound like you're saying like inappropriate things going on in the home. That goes without saying. That child gotta be snatched from that home.
Okay.
As far as
Now,
abuse
I've
is
never.
concerned.
Now, Juju left a comment. I never heard of a spiritual marriage. What the hell is that?
Mm. That's why people claim they what spiritual marriage and not government marriage because a lot of people don't want to leave their family shit where the government make you support them. Huh? I'm so confused.
Is Juju at work? She must be at work.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't know what she mean. Blackson, do you
Yeah.
understand?
No, no. That's why I asked you. That's why I was hoping Juju could come on, but damn, I don't know what she means by that.
Yeah, me neither. Hold on, let me drop this link.
Okay, cool.
Cause I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm confused. Well, she about to jump on the panel, so yeah, she gonna straighten it out. That's why I tell y'all jump on the panel because sometimes these comments don't translate to your point. Sometimes, yeah, because I'm kind of lost too.
Cause I
Okay,
know,
there we go.
cause I know. After, yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, my mind can't compute what you mean.
Yeah, yeah. We should be on in a minute. Yeah, 'cause I'm kind of lost too. Okay. Okay, Juju. Hey, what's going on, Juju? Juju there? You mute him, Juju.
Okay,
There you
you
go.
hear me now? All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Uh-huh.
no, what I was saying because her child support comment made me think about like when people be saying they don't like to marry with the the government certification and all that other stuff. They rather like a spiritual marriage, like you're married, I guess under God, where they just claim they're married because they're living together. And a lot of times you notice like when that person dies, they don't leave their family nothing. And what I'm saying is, when you are married, like with certification, the government is involved. You get something out of it,
Mm-hmm.
just like child support. They're making that man having to support that child, because if they didn't, that man's just gonna go free, and the kid's not gonna get nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why man, listen. That's another reason why
Because
I
remember that
didn't even
lady.
think about that.
Cause remember that lady. What's her name? Crimson Cure. She was quote unquote. They said spiritually married, and her husband died and left her nothing.
Mm. That's why but I don't know why she's still mad at black women. And though I don't know, I don't like her, but she get on my nerve. I feel like she a hypocrite because she be up there talking about witchcraft, and it's like, ma'am, you have on that bright red lipstick like that. That's witchcraft. Wearing that type of makeup, that red lipstick like that, that's the ultimate witchcraft. And then she got all them red candles behind her. I'm like, she a witch. Fuck, give a fuck what nobody say. But
Who you
damn,
talking about? Who you talking about?
Crimson Cure,
Oh, I don't. Okay, I don't know
Kendra
who that
D.
is.
What's her name? Kendra D. Yeah, I don't like her. She's supposed to be she wear this hijabi and she tell black women, she get on black women so bad about how. I mean, don't get me wrong, black women not perfect. Like we do need to tighten up in a lot of areas. So she's not completely wrong, but she just goes so hard, and it's just like, look at what happened with your relationships. A lot of those manosphere women, their relationships be fucked up, yo. Like even Shala Kimia, she was waiting for that man to come home. Remember that shit? Remember she was waiting for that man to come home from prison?
Oh
Juju.
yeah, I don't watch her.
They girl, listen. She had more reports. She had more reports of him cheating on her than he did on her.
Hello, hello.
I think she exited out.
All right, I'm back now. What's up, man?
Okay, okay, cool, cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. We're just chopping it up, man. Wait for you to get back, MD. How I sound, MD? I sound okay?
Yeah, you good? You good?
Okay. Juju was on, but she broke up. Juju, you still there? She was talking,
I'm
but
on.
she. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Cut out.
Yeah, I don't even know what y'all got going.
Oh, yeah. She was talking about spiritual marriages. I was like, I never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't know what you call that.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's like people have their like own. Oh, they're married under God. Just they're. It's not marriage on paper to the law, but they're just gonna call each other marriage. That's what it basically is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people do that then.
All right. It's called common law. It used to be legal in Georgia, but they don't recognize that no more. Common law marriage, but yeah, they don't. I think they did away with that in Georgia back in I want to say 2000.
Yeah, a lot of places, yeah, common law don't exist no more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They did away with that. But yeah, man.
Look, I'm overweight. Like, what the hell y'all be doing, man? Give me a second, man.
Yeah. Oh, no problem, no problem. So, Juju, since you're here, what do you define as freedom?
Um, a lot of things, like I
Give me
would
your
say,
top three.
I'm able to work as much as I want, able to buy whatever I want. I'm comfortable. I can't complain. I have a roof over my head. Uh,
Right.
I get to point A and point B in safety. I get to practice whatever religion I believe with without getting killed. I mean, I
Okay.
get to pray in public. Like, it's a lot of things I get to do for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You can eat what you want to eat.
Oh yeah, I sure can.
Okay. Okay. Cool deal. Cool deal. So, um, I guess because I wanted to ask this question earlier, but you were in the chat. So, what do you? So I guess in a nutshell, so what you're telling me is you got freedoms on different levels. So you just can't really define one type of freedom.
Um, no, not really. Because I it's just different. I don't know. Yeah, I can't really define it in one definition, I guess.
So, if a person tells you, walk up to you and say, you know, America's oppressing your freedom. So, I mean, would it be more clear if they say freedoms or freedom, or would you
They
have to
they would
have
have
them?
to like break it down. They would have to break it down for me. Because the fact that we
Okay,
can come on YouTube and say anything that we want to say is freedom.
okay, okay, fair enough. So, what about people who say, well, you don't know that you're not free? Because I've heard that before.
Well,
I know you've heard it
they'll
too.
have to explain that to me too. That's something you have to explain to people because a freedom is different for everybody.
Ah,
Because freedom could be somebody who sits on the couch and smoke weed all day. That could be their freedom.
good point. Oh, that is a beautiful point. That is beautiful. Oh man, Juju, I didn't think about that. Freedom to be lazy. Oh man, I don't mean to laugh. I'm just damn. It tickles me that you say that because a lot of people, that's exactly what they want to do. They want to have the freedom to not have a job or no responsibilities. They want to be free from damn utility bills. From what I observed, I don't know, but
Yeah,
uh,
you have maybe to even prostitutes, any sex workers, that could be their freedom.
okay,
You know,
okay,
it's just different freedom set for everybody.
right. Uh, so that
Goddamn
I
idiot.
can't. Okay.
Oh, my bad, my bad,
Oh no, you
my
good. You
bad.
good. No, you good. You good. MD, you good. You good. No, no.
Uh,
I was just asking Juju about her freedoms. What she defined as freedoms. Same thing we did at the top of the show. Just getting her take. And she said the same thing you said. You really can't pinpoint it. And there's different definitions. There's different levels of this freedom. So a person can't just come up to Juju and say, Juju, America is not giving you no freedom. They can't do that. Juju's not buying it.
yeah, I think. Like I said, it's all individual at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I take these straps back off because these idiots overloaded.
You at the weigh station, MD?
Well, I'm picking up at this damn Moats place, and they got a weight,
Oh,
they got a
okay.
scale here,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yep.
and the idiots. So they talking about I couldn't leave, and then I strap it down, then I get to the scale, and I'm fucking overweight.
Oh, shit. You got to make sure they calibrate that damn scale, man. They shit probably ain't calibrated.
No,
Hell.
it's overweight, bro. I can tell by driving it. It's
Oh,
overweight.
okay. Okay. Got you. OnlyFans is a real freedom. What the hell? Did you just
What
see what
about OnlyFans?
Gynocracy said? OnlyFans is a real freedom. She's silly as hell.
Well, I mean, she's right at the end of the day, I guess.
He is
I
right though,
guess
but
it.
you gotta pay for it though in a sense. So
Wait, say that again, Juju.
you do gotta pay for it, so it ain't freedom for me.
Well, it's freedom for y'all. Hell, y'all the
It's
one
freedom for
saying
them though.
But do they take a lesser cut of your money as opposed to like some
oh
of them
yeah,
other
I think
sites?
they do.
Yeah, the site do
Yeah,
take a
they take a
cut.
cut, so it ain't free either.
Oh well, shit. Then what's the point of damn doing the OnlyFans if they taking a cut? Because hell, you could just join a damn
Yeah,
major
yeah,
site.
prostitution, you get a little bit more money than them, I think. No,
Hey, I don't
Wow.
know how that.
I don't know how that works neither.
Well, don't look at
I,
me.
I
I don't know
know
how
I
to
know
work.
chicks getting bag off of it. I know that part.
Yeah, guy, no, you got to come back up here because yeah, we kind of we trying to figure this thing out. Oh man, trying to figure this thing out.
Listen, a lot of things these people say on YouTube is freedom, all right. That's freedom.
Right. Absolutely. Hell, putting up they damn cash app, that's freedom. Shit. So yeah, it's all freedom. So that's why I was just like, what you know, when you hear them on their little rants and saying freedom is not free and freedom this and that, and America take away your freedom and freedom whoop 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 blah blah blah. I'm just yeah, I get a little confused. I get a little confused because, like I said, I define my own freedoms and like you, Juju, um I consider myself free now. Do I have free shit? I don't have free shit. Now everything like me going in the grocery store, I gotta work and then make a wage and then go in there and have some money and purchase what I want. I have the freedom to purchase what I want, but but I don't equate freedom with free shit. So, but a lot of times I'd be seeing people equate freedom with free shit. Like to some people, it's one and the same. Like I just can't go in the grocery store and just grab what I want. I'm like, oh yeah, you want free shit. Let's see, I don't sell my body. I just okay. So she okay. There's okay. We got GTL back on. Okay. I don't sell my body. I'm just saying. Oh okay. Hold on one second. I think we got GTO add stream. GTO, hey, you switch your computer? Oh shit, she dropped off. Here we go. Hold on. And unmute yourself.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, I was just talking shit because I was
Oh,
listening
okay.
to what Gigi said about. She said, "OnlyFans is a freedom," and I was like, "Yeah, damn, it is a freedom." I just realized that.
I don't know.
uh,
I just walk around. I don't know. Maybe I just be walking around life. I guess what you would say, airheaded. Like I'm just grateful for everything. Even if it's a bad day, I'm grateful. So it's like I don't dig too deep into the white supremacy and the racism. I don't really care about all of that like that. Like some people, they dig deep into that. I don't really be care about what the government's doing, the aliens in the sky. Like I don't know. I just be just living life.
right. They worry about stuff that they can't control anyway, and they a lot of people live life mad at everybody else because they not so hell bent on trying to have a headache trying to trying to force things that you really can't change. You really can't change it. I mean, you just talking. People just be talking. It sound good, but they not really very bust a grape. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all.
Okay, I'm back, y'all. I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm back.
Okay, okay, cool.
God
So,
damn, man.
you got it straight.
I'm sitting here holding up line. That's all I know.
Oh shit.
I don't give a
Damn.
damn.
Okay, okay.
But no, I'm
No,
good.
I was saying that like I don't dig deep into the white supremacy things. I kind of just live life. I'm grateful. That's it. Like
Well, I mean, well, what
I'm
is
happy.
white supremacy though? I got to physically see what white supremacy is. You know
Hey,
what I'm
I don't
saying?
dig too deep into all of that. The government, the aliens, somebody stopping me from. I don't dig all deep into that.
I mean, if white supremacy was that much of an obstruction in your liberty, it would be Mad Max out here. You know what I mean? Hell, I
Yeah.
participate in Mad Max if it was really an obstruction. You know what I mean?
That's, that's right.
Hell, I helped kick it off if I felt as though it was that bad and was stopping me from doing what I needed to do. But I don't.
Man, that's a good question, y'all. What does white supremacy look like? Like, what does that look like? I mean, what is it? Because I hear people saying it, but I don't even know how to like. Where would I point the finger and say that's white supremacy?
I mean, what people
And like
would
once when
define.
you
Go ahead, Juju.
Sorry. No, I was gonna say because when you do ask that, a lot of people like to bring up like their ancestors. A lot of times, and it's like I don't like sitting there pretending like I went through what my ancestors went through. So for me, I really wouldn't know what it looks like. Like I only could speak for myself. I don't because I didn't, I'm not out there struggling to get jobs or nothing. So I would have to have somebody explain to me what does it look like to them.
So then we're
Yeah.
talking about a vague description. Okay, go ahead, MD. Yeah, I'm
No,
still
no, no. I was
lost.
going to agree. I was going to agree with Juju. So what we will see. See, I look at the ideology of white supremacy. I don't look at it as a system. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? I see it as an ideology. Yeah. Just like black nationalism or black supremacy would be an ideology. Now, is it certain people that's in place that can conform to the ideology in a higher level? Yeah, of course. But I know that can be eradicated. I know that can be reversed through the political process. So do I sit here and complain about it and stand on the corner and or file up a live stream? No, I don't, because I know there's other ways to fight it. You know what I mean? If I thought the ideology of white supremacy was to the point where it was no way of me ever gaining any ground on it, then yeah, I would be okay with anarchy. But I know that's not true. You know what I'm saying?
So are they equating white supremacy with American society? Is that what they're doing?
Yes,
Because it
yeah,
sounds like
yeah,
that's what
they
they're
are.
doing.
You know that, Black Son.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
because I've never, yeah. Well, I have to ask
That's why
because,
they say the system.
oh,
Because
the
the system,
system.
that's why they say system, because they're equating uh, uh, the governmental rule as the system. And I'm telling you that's not true.
Right, right. I'm definitely disagree with that because wouldn't white supremacy not allow us, I guess, the black population food stamps and TANF and unemployment? Because that's part of the system, if I'm not mistaken.
So do you equate food stamp? Do you equate social services as white supremacy or
I
equate it
wouldn't.
to
Hell
that?
no. No, I wouldn't.
Okay,
I wouldn't. No.
They
there you
can't
go.
say that because they say that shit holds us back as a people. They'll make that argument too.
Wait.
You
Food
understand?
stamps hold us back.
Like
First of all,
they'll say
you have
that
to.
too. They'll say, okay,
Okay,
don't you
so
know?
in Georgia, you go ahead, sis. Yeah, because I'm like
Don't
that.
you
Don't make
know
no
how?
sense.
Don't you know how they say like the women not going to stop basically having the babies because they can get on welfare or they can get on Section 8 and blah 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 blah. Like they'll say that stuff if they think if white people take that away that we can have black man, black woman, black child more
But
efficiently.
isn't
So they
But the
can't
white
isn't
make
man
that
ain't stopping
argument
nobody
neither. No,
from doing that though.
I'm agreeing with y'all, but they'll make that argument as well. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's bull.
So
so?
either way, it's double on that point. Is definitely double talk. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. You can't
Wait. But
say that.
I thought white supremacy was to eradicate and eliminate black folks. How giving them food stamps? How is that eliminating? Like a person can say
No,
that,
because
okay,
because it makes us a consumer class, black son. That's the goal of white supremacy. It ain't to wipe us out. It's to make us docile enough to buy shit, and you know what I mean, and be the lowest class.
so then I guess that would contradict Hitler's white supremacy. Like just send them to the gas, gas them like the Jews, and I guess that's
Yeah,
not white. Oh, okay, I'm confused now. I'm
I'm
really
just telling. I'm
confused.
just telling you what's being said. But even
Okay,
if you
okay.
make the case for for keeping us as the lower class and keeping us in a consumer mindset, we still have the freedom to not do that. So that that's the confusion of it all.
Okay, MD, you drive trucks, man. I know you know where Moreland is, and I know you've been around several trailer parks where there's nothing but white people in there. So wouldn't that contradict white supremacy? Because you got white people living in trailer parks and walking up and down the street on meth and teeth
Yeah,
all falling out.
you'll have to ask them that, man. Like
Oh,
again,
okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
don't know.
Because white supremacy means that white people would have to be supreme. And when I go past these trailer parks, I'm seeing people that are in a not so supreme position, if that makes any sense.
So
Maybe
where?
Yanka can
So
explain to us.
who is the
Okay,
supremacy
go ahead.
for then?
I don't know. It can't be for white folks, not the ones in the trailer park. And they definitely white. They definitely white people. What up, Yanka? What's up? What's up, man? Man, Yanka, you muted. You muted.
You hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be up here doing this for numbers. Y'all gotta be up here doing this for sensationalism. Y'all can't be serious. You
So
guys can't be
answer the
serious.
questions then,
Are
Yankee.
y'all playing that naive to white supremacy? White supremacy is your school. White supremacy is Black History Month. White supremacy is the fact that you have a month to teach you about your black ass. That's white supremacy. Do you believe because you have, I can't believe that you guys would trivialize white supremacy to such things as commodities. That really shows how y'all bitten into the system and believe that your success is measured by your material
System. There go
possessions.
that word again.
Yeah, bit because a system is anything that is organized and structured that gets you to do perform a certain function. Religion is a system. Everything's a system, brother. We can say the state, the government, culture. We can use any word you want to use. You can go on semantics, but you've bitten into the system, and the system tells you, or the American way tells you, your success and your prosperity lies into your material possession, and it keeps your ass in that truck every day, dreaming no further than maybe owning another truck or a business in this society. But what about generational wealth? What about integrity and posterity? Bro, I can't believe that you think because you
But
got a
yeah,
little bit of
why?
money.
But
The
yeah, I
Yeah,
got a
system
question.
didn't create that.
the system did. The
But yeah,
system
I got a
absolutely
quick question.
created
But
it,
why?
brother. You should know of all people,
No, no,
MD.
no.
You
But
the one talking about the Freeman
no.
Bureau,
But
the Reconstruction
I got.
Act. The system was a part of slavery. The system was a part of why you're not fully a citizen, but your right to vote or your right to even be considered a citizen is a fucking amendment that other people vote on. That's a system, brother. What about a system don't you get? That's a system. You still just a
So
second class lucky nigga citizen
okay.
that
So
right
so
now
so
these
this is what.
liberal white people don't decide to put your
Yanga,
ass in slavery. Yeah.
Yanga. Hold on. So white supremacy. Let's look at that word. So why is not white supremacy helping the poor white folks in the trailer park?
They are white supremacy
Because
aren't
those are white
helping
people,
the
right?
poor.
Shouldn't they
They're
be in a
helping the
discreet
poor.
position?
They're helping the poor white folk. They're the most welfare recipients. Do the math. They're the
Okay.
most welfare recipients out of all the other
Okay.
ethnicities. So white supremacy says this: though you're poor, guess what? Poor. This is what keeps classism going because they say, though you're poor, at least you're white. At least you're not a nigger. So we're gonna bump you in front of the line. We're gonna give you a little bit of extra more amenities. We're gonna look out for your participation in social programs quicker, faster, even a little better than we look out for black people. Just like the Appalachian Mountains in Kentucky. You think it's only white people that live in the Appalachian Mountains? It's black
So
people.
then,
But you don't.
so then, how would you explain? Like, okay, so me, I'm a black person, I'm a black man, and I
Are
could
you?
point to a
Are
whole. Hold
you?
on, hold on.
Shit, I
I
don't
could
know. I've
point.
been listening, sir.
I could point. I could point. Well, I mean, physically,
All
I
our
look
skin
black.
folk,
Okay,
and that's what I'm saying. There you
I hear
go.
you. I
All our
hear you.
skin folk ain't
No,
our
no, no.
kin folk.
Listen,
There you
listen,
go.
listen, listen,
Yeah.
listen, listen. I could point to a whole park, a whole trailer park, and if it's white supremacy, shouldn't those white people be doing better than me as a black man?
No, absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely not. White
but
supremacy isn't just no, because white there again,
okay,
you're going to commodities. You're going to material.
okay,
White supremacy means white supremacy means that you can go in that same trailer park and a cop come and beat your black ass with all the money in your pocket and not even
uh,
question them. White supremacy also falls into white entitlement and white privilege. It's the reason white people behave they do the way they do. It's the reason a white woman can walk down the street butt naked and not be molested, and you walk down the street at the risk of being robbed. White supremacy is a certain mode of protection, a certain guarantee in life. White supremacy is crack cocaine, 20 years for crack cocaine and 6 months for powder cocaine, depending on the color of the skin. Y'all act like y'all don't know white supremacy exists. You know what I'm saying? If y'all think that
I
it's
said from the beginning, I didn't say that. I
okay,
thought I made that clear. I said it's not a system. I said it's an ideology.
I think it is. Yeah, you're right. It's an ideology. And the ideology and the unfortunate reality of that is due to whatever reason, they have embedded themselves into key positions that give that they have been able to weaponize the system for white supremacy. You could probably take the same system and put us in it. And if we used it for black supremacy, I'm not a supremacist. For black supremacy, I don't know. I don't know if it
There
would
you
work the
go.
same
There
way.
you go.
You know
Is
what I'm
that not what
saying?
I said, Blackson?
yep. That is,
That's
that is.
exactly what I just said.
Okay, so that's what I'm coming on to clarify. I don't want to hear don't want to hear. I hate to hear white supremacy trivialized because it's everything we fight, not just in our economic battle, it's social, cultural, and political. And you guys know this. You know what I'm saying? You
So
guys
yeah,
got to know.
are you
Yeah.
saying white supremacy is synonymous with American society?
Um. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Oh shit.
That
Yep.
I don't
Oh,
agree with.
the overall general American society, I would say that. I would say it all the way down to when you look at television, even when they hiring black newscasters or black people, it's still like, everybody's saying, even Dark Side is saying, I got to shout them out on that. that colorism, the effect of colorism, if you're closer to European, if you look white, if you adapt in more ways than there no ways, the closer to homogenized you are, the more reward you get. That's white supremacy. The farther away from white culture, the further away from white adaptation, you're penalized for your hair. If you go in there with too much, we the only people worry about being too black. The way y'all talking, y'all be concerned to go into a place with me because y'all be like, hey, Yanga, don't come in with that too black shit. Just a little bit of black, not too black. You're too black, Yanga. I couldn't go to a Republican convention with y'all guys. I'd stare some shit. But I'm just saying, you know,
Why I gotta be a Republican convention? Why can't it
because
be a
that's what
Democratic convention?
So
So
no, they wouldn't
Democrats,
find y'all there. They too liberal for y'all. They wouldn't find
so
y'all there. Them
Democrats
Democrats a
ain't
little
like
too
that.
liberal.
Come on now, Yanga. Come
Yeah,
on now.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure if I was
Okay.
up here with a bunch, if I was up here,
Oh shit, you breaking up? Is that me breaking up?
You on mute. You on mute, Yanga.
Can he? Oh yeah, you
Yanga.
muted
okay,
yourself.
can you hear me
Unmute
now?
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You on mute?
I'm
Okay,
just
there you
fucking
go.
with y'all. If I was up here with Domo or somebody, I'd probably be cracking on the Democrats. You know, y'all a little too,
Oh,
y'all a little too, y'all a little too conservative. You know. So, but no, really, and that's what I'm talking about when I talk about the white supremacy in a nutshell. Yeah, I would say the general American society is saturated with white supremacy. It is peppered, sprinkled with it. It is accepted. We're still fighting to have a lot of our expression, a lot of our culture normalized. You know what I'm saying? We're still pushing that fight to and the largely how we've been able to do that is through commercialism and industry, unfortunately. You know, because we've getting wise enough to like, by the way, Trevor, great fucking debate, man. Trevor, you did your shit. Listen, I thought it was a lot closer than they judged it. You know, I would have liked to see, I'm sorry I digress. I'd have liked to see, and I was gonna
no.
do
Do
a
your
show.
thing, Yanga. Do your
I
thing.
was gonna do a
You
show on
actually,
this. You know what I'm saying? But if I could offer advice, and like they say, 2020, hindsight is 2020. Looking back, looking over, kind of making more emphasis on what you meant by impact. Because all of those, like
Right.
people were saying in the chat, accomplishments and achievements, Master P open from just what, and I just got this, because first I was like, yeah, Jay-Z killed it. But from what Trevor brought, I was like, damn, Master P kind of opened the door for Jay-Z. He opened the door for innovators. Yeah, Jay-Z may have taken it to a new level, but there's nothing without a cornerstone. You know what I'm saying?
Wait.
So that impact. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Yanga. No. You're on the road. Go ahead.
No, that was just it. That was just it. And I ain't gonna be
Okay.
up for
So
long. I just wanted to drop. Go ahead.
wait, no, because no. Stick around, Yanga. Stick around, because two things I want to address. So number one, I mean, you got to learn from your mistakes. When he gave up that time, you got to
Yeah,
know as a veteran,
yeah,
man. That was
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
that was
That was a killer. I saw you in
right.
the chat and you advised him right. You said, now watch this. Rio's gonna milk every minute of that. That was
Yep.
a vet move. You know, that's why I say for his first game, he was very ambitious. He took on the
Right.
ranking number one. Trevor is so humble. Isn't he just a humble soul? With his crest smile, that motherfucker got a toothpaste smile. You know? So he's so humble. Stop taking him ass whooping so humbly, man. It's all right to be, you don't have to say, I knew I was going to lose. You say, no, you came in there and you gave it your every bit. You should have drove for the win. Because if you knew you was going to lose, you put up a pretty good fight. I thought you were fighting for the win. I thought that, like I said, man, I thought it was excellent. Rio just came out, used his veteran skills, timing, cadence, some classic Rio shit. I still think the subject matter Trevor had some edge there. It's just about putting. But the next, I almost look forward to going against Trevor now. It's like, okay, there's something there. But I just wanted to
Well,
shout him out, man.
I'm going to disappoint you, Yanga.
What's that?
I'm going to disappoint you, Yanga. After that debate, Trevor was like, "Black son, I don't know if we could do that CTE debate." And I'm like, "What?" He was like, "It's too medical." I said, "Oh my God." I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell Rio let that debate did to him, but yeah, he don't. Yeah,
He
man. I
really,
was like,
yeah.
yeah.
The research, the work. I mean, it's ambitious
Trevor gonna
fighting.
have to do that debate. People, listen. I got people in the hood want to see that debate. People in my hood want to see that debate. My spirit mother wants to see that debate. Okay, everybody wants to see that debate. So Trevor,
About to,
if you listening to this, like you gonna have to take that debate. Okay, I have
yeah.
people in the arena cussing you out personally.
All right. Now, one more thing, Yanga, before you go. I gotta address something, right?
Go ahead.
Free healthcare. I wasn't gonna let that
Oh
go, bro.
yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
you know
Absolutely free
goddamn
healthcare.
well.
Absolutely free healthcare.
Okay,
Fuck
so let
yeah.
me ask you.
Fuck yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, bro.
Yeah.
Let me ask you,
Yeah.
bro. Let me
Absolutely.
ask you.
Hmm.
So let's just say, so you and I, and I don't mean to put your business out there, Yanga, but can I put a little bit of your business out there?
It depends. Is it going to incriminate me in the future?
It might, and then it might not. I don't know. It
Shit,
depends on you.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's risque. I don't know. I'm talking
Okay,
about. I don't
okay,
know what you're
okay,
gonna throw out there. Use
okay. I'm
examples.
gonna
Use
say,
Bob.
okay. I'm gonna use Bob as an example. Okay, so um, Blackson is a vegan, right?
Hmm.
Doesn't eat pork, doesn't eat red meat. Should I have the same coverage as a person who eats red meat and I don't know, consume and partake in certain bad habits that may
Yeah.
jeopardize your health?
What do you mean coverage?
Coverage meaning the same premiums, meaning should the insurance company based on your lifestyle charge you more money?
No,
I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it.
no.
Yanga is a
I think
smoker. Everybody, he smokes
yeah.
cigarettes.
I yeah.
I'm putting your business out there.
Black and
So
mild,
should I
brother.
be? Oh,
Yeah,
black and mild. There you go. Oh, yeah. Say
yeah.
Winston lights. Salem Winston lights.
So the black and mild wood tip. You understand?
that
For your
okay.
risk
So
as
should
being a
I?
smoker, Ganga, you shouldn't have to pay higher than somebody like
I
Black
I
Sun.
I don't think so. I don't think here's why, and I'm gonna
What?
tell you why. No, I don't think so. And I think basic when we talk about and I talk about free healthcare, basic free healthcare, yeah, especially what you do because we live in a capitalist society, big industry with lobbyists, and I'm just poor little Yanga. Why doesn't tobacco, big fucking tobacco, eat some of that health costs? How are they ilking billions?
Okay.
And tobacco is addictive. It's a drug.
Because of freedom, Yanga.
No, not yeah, but you're putting isn't it studies showing that tobacco is addictive?
It's studies showing that you ain't got
Is
to
it
smoke a cigarette either.
no? I mean,
So
that's a
freedom,
yes or no. That's a wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You don't want to answer that question. Isn't
no,
there?
no, no. There
So
is. I
isn't
used
there?
to
Is
smoke.
so okay, okay. And kudos for you for stopping smoking. What I'm saying is, so you're penalizing once again, classic American tactics. Penalize the motherfucking suppress and oppress. Make the tobacco, sell the damn drug, and then charge them for an addiction that if you know it's unhealthy and you know it has the addictive properties, why are you pushing it to the community? No, you're going to eat some of this healthcare cost. You know what I'm saying? You can afford off of them billions and trillions of fucking dollars you're making. Fuck that capitalism without regulation. You can't
So
get
is that?
all the.
So hold on, Yanga. So is there a such thing as a Newport Insurance Agency?
No, I'm saying that. Here's what I'm saying.
So why are you
Newport.
tying in? Why are you tying in Newport to insurance? I don't get it.
What I'm saying is because you can begin to get away with the fraud of insurance. Just like if I die of natural causes, do I get my motherfucking insurance money back? Do I get my insurance money back? If I die of
I mean,
natural causes and huh?
you got life insurance.
But I'm saying the insurance I use to cover me. If I didn't use none of that shit that I'm paying into, do I get it back?
No, you don't.
Exactly. They're robbing me. They're spooking me, they rob me, but they have bets on, they know the poisons that they push in society, that they're willing to take that gamble, that I'm gonna need what I'm paying into. It's all a 3-card Monty. That's what that's about. So yeah, no, quit charging the little people, quit suppressing the fucking people based on our ignorance, and insurance is gonna eat some of the, I mean not insurance. goddamn big tobacco, all the rest of these health killers is going to eat some of that damn cost. I
So,
think
so, so
everybody should
is
be
that
afforded basic insurance. There should be nobody without health care. That's inhumane.
No, I'm
uh,
not saying without health care. What I'm saying is that you should pay a higher premium because before you started smoking, Yanga, you knew the addiction. You knew it caused cancer. You knew all the
that's
ills it came with.
freedom?
I don't say
You
what?
knew the
Say it
risks.
again.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Well,
I don't think, like I said, healthcare, I don't think I should pay a higher premium. We might even, in fact, it might even be advantageous for you guys that are paying certain premiums. They got you so in the competitive world, you mad about he should pay higher than me. How about hell yeah, basic health care for it, or this health care for us all that knocks my motherfucking premium down. You should be on the winning team. You should be on the team that says, yeah, that's absolutely right. First of all, it's what you're doing is devilment in the system. And secondly, yeah, if this is gonna help my motherfucking premiums, hell motherfucking yeah. You
How
know,
is it
now
going to
we'll
help his premium? If anything,
because if you start getting universal health care, if you got basic health care, nobody's denying health care, then
go up.
you don't have to pay that premium. Now, if you're talking about specialized medicine, that might be a whole nother discussion. But health care should be free for everybody. Basic health care should be free for everybody.
Okay. So who's going to fit the bill?
Say what?
Who's going to fit the bill? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
yeah,
hear
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Who?
Everybody's fitting the bill. Basic health care, everybody. If you sick, go get some health care.
Remember
If
what
you
I told
sick,
you
go get
yesterday?
health care.
Canada healthcare. Remember
Huh?
what I told?
Well,
No,
what you talk about? You being cryptic about yesterday. Talk about today when you got somebody up here that can actually debunk that
we,
shit you pushing.
there ain't nothing to debunk. We talked about Canada's healthcare system.
Okay.
And I explained that at the end of the day, you paying the piper either way it go.
Yeah.
Canada's taxes in terms of GDP is way higher than the U.S. That's because a large percentage of those benefits of GDP goes to Medicare. They have a universal healthcare system. Let's explain it, right?
Yep.
So your tax is going to be sky high. That's number one. They still dealing with companies. The insurance companies ain't going away. They ain't.
No, absolutely.
So
Absolutely. They may be there, but you got the universal health care. We can deal with the insurance company. And my bad. Go ahead, finish up. I cut you off because I want to talk about the sky high taxes when you're done.
so the question would be, how much of a high regard do you keep your government? Because at the end of the day, with you being a smoker, we using the smoker analogy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The smoker, insurance, not you, but the government, still a higher premium to cover you. That don't change.
Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm
So
saying.
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Here's what I'm saying on that. When you look at how what's is part of Canada's GNP, is tobacco included in that gross national product, and how much exactly, and how much does the tobacco company gross off for hell, the smokers? I would be paying back into my own health care. As much as I smoke Black and Miles, how many billions and trillions of dollars does the tobacco company make off the masses of people pushing drugs? That's another thing. So there's other taxation. We have what Canada doesn't have. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about our GNP, then you talk about rerouting spending. I'm an advocate of defunding the police. I think that they're militarizing the police for fucking martial law. Why is the police cop is citizen on patrol? It's written in their constitution and their bill of rights that the police should not be militarized against the masses of the people. It's written in that shit. Yet they're militarizing the police. I defund some of that bullshit. There's trillions and billions of dollars that are going all over the place. But since we're not vigilant, have watchdog groups, or just basically a greedy fucking capitalist consuming goddamn country that doesn't care about the masses of the people, but only the acclamation of wealth, we choose to not find solutions to very simple problems.
Quick
Very
question.
simple
Okay.
problems. Yes.
So No, I want to talk about this. So, okay, you live in Atlanta. What is you? That's Vine City, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, do you think uh, be a police officer is to live in that district?
You said what? Say it again.
You think a requirement to be an Atlanta police officer is to you must live in said district that you're applying for, or wherever you get appointed.
Damn, I don't think that's something to think about. That might not be a bad thing.
Sure.
That might not be a bad thing. Hmm. I could see the benefit in that. I could see the
Yeah,
benefit
I agree.
in that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it would acclimate him with the community. He wouldn't be, because as now the police come in like occupying forces, and that's the danger of having them pigs coming back from Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Because they just train to kill you and I. Like I heard Cat Williams say, what's an Iraqi uniform look like? What's an insurgent uniform look like? They don't have one. So they have to use uh, estimation, threat assessment, this, that, based on everyday civilians, you know. And sometimes I'm sure they got it wrong more times than they got it right. They're just not going to let us know that. Then they bring those same skills here to the streets. So that it's threat assessment, it's looking, and we can see that apparently their threat assessment is off, because how many of the countless fucking murders, a mishandling of citizens have taken place. So yeah, them being in the community, I think would be good. It would familiarize them with the people in the community, and they wouldn't be so alien. And he wouldn't be, or the police force wouldn't be so foreign to them. I
Well,
say,
shoots another white person. Is that them being in?
if what,
I said when a white other white person, is that white supremacy?
if he kills another white person?
Yeah, is that white supremacy?
It depends on the whole legal system. I mean, first of all, they're not going to, the white supremacy of it starts with, they're not going to call it white on white violence. They're not going to call it that. That's the first start of white supremacy. Then it goes into the judicial system. Would his sentencing be the same as if a black person killed him? Let's ask ourselves that. If a black person killed that white dude, would he get the same sentence? Would he be afforded the same considerations and courtesies from the judicial system? That's what white supremacy is. White supremacy, one of the components of white supremacy is white privilege and white entitlement. You got to get that. You got to know that you're not being fed from the same spoon, right? I think you know that. That's white
Again,
supremacy. Talk to me.
man, I want you to hold all this. Just hold on to it, Yank. Just hold on to it. Matter of fact, don't debate nobody else.
oh, shit.
Okay, we can hold this. We can,
Oh,
because white supremacy saturates the very existence. It blankets and coats America. And if we, like I say, if we're black black being from a social, political, cultural, economic standpoint, you can't help but to notice that white supremacy exists in America.
I agree with that full heartedly,
Yeah.
but I don't think white supremacy is a system. That's just me.
You don't
It's an
think
ideology.
I agree that it's an ideology. Do you agree that it's in the system though? You don't agree that it's in the system.
I agree that certain individuals hold the thought of white supremacy true. That's in government. Yeah, of course.
Right. And they utilize and they weaponize the system for their advantage.
Of course.
Then
But
wouldn't that make the system a white supremacist system at that time?
because it could be counteracted.
Well, I mean, at the time, but until it's counteracted, until you change the system, if white supremacist holds all the seats that are needed to utilize the system against other people, then that system is a weapon. That system is no longer neutral. That system is a weapon of white supremacy because they're using the system against us. It is no longer neutral. We were fighting for neutrality. The civil rights and all that was fighting for equity. was fighting, but now the fight is no longer for equity, but for self-determination, self-sufficiency. There's not going to be equity in it. They hold too many seats of power in two key positions, and the system has been weaponized so much, from schools to religions to the judicial system to even we see it in gentrification. I mean, they have weaponized and tainted the system so much, man. Look at Jackson, Mississippi. If
So
that
it
ain't
can't.
white supremacy, damn,
It's impossible.
it's impossible what to change the system.
I ain't say change the system, counteract the system, quote unquote.
It's I guess it wouldn't. That wouldn't be my argument. My argument would be what you call success. Anything can be contested. You know what I'm saying? When are you successful in counteracting? The civil rights was counteracting. Slave revolts were counteracting. What goal is that? What's the end game? You're counteracting into what point? When can I say,
The
okay, my counteractions are making progress?
the end game for who? Us as a people, or you individually?
I mean, if the people that you're saying, let's just say hypothetically, you represent a group of people that believe that it can be counteracted. How do you measure success, or when do you say, okay, our counteractive measures have worked because we have this? What is the end game? Because anything can be contested, anything can be counteracted. You know what I'm saying? But is that a good strategy?
So let's hypothetically say the end game is freedom. So
Okay.
it's freedom for the group or freedom just for you.
I believe freedom for all people.
That's the debate.
Okay, freedom for all people.
Freedom
What's the debate?
is freedom meant for a group or an individual?
And you're taking that is meant for an individual?
That's what freedom is, as defined by anybody.
Yeah, but I'll take the debate because I'll show the individual as a part of the group. You can be free. I'll take that debate. I'd like to hear how you can be free, truly free in a free society, in a free world, and people are not free. You're not free. Even the slave master wasn't free when he had slaves. They were incumbent and held. I'll take that debate. I won't even get my debate.
Okay,
Away. I'll take that debate.
So Yanga, you have to now. Can you real quick define to me what? Can you define what freedom is? Because I'm a little confused.
Yeah, freedom is the natural right, or the right to evolve naturally without willful or intentional encumbrance, hindrances, or obstacles.
I put that in a group.
Huh?
Now use that same definition and equate it to a group.
To a group like black people. As black people, we want the right to evolve as a group, as a collective, freely, without intentional obstacles and hindrance, without your racism, discrimination, your killings, your murdering, your intentional neglect of our schools and our. That's what I'm talking about.
Against black people? Can I use that same definition against black people?
No, wait a minute, Blackson. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Say what?
I said what you just described as a group is not freedom.
Why isn't it freedom as a group?
Because I didn't say it.
Facts.
Okay. I mean, you choose for that not to be freedom. I don't get how it's not a freedom as a group. Your freedom is not to be a part of the group. If that's not your definition of freedom, that's not your definition of freedom.
So the moral of the story is you can't define anybody else's freedom. That's the moral of the story.
You can't. He asked me what my definition was. You can't define their freedom, but freedom, regardless of a definition or not, is a condition. Do you agree or disagree with that? Is it a state? Is freedom not a state?
It's a state.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So you can call it what you want. You can call it Unga Boonga. If I'm hindered, if I'm not allowed movement of thought, speech, or certain actions, or certain beliefs, then regardless, dung dung, freedom, your whoop whoop, or whatever the fuck you call it, is being hindered and obstructed at that point. All of that is some semantics. Yeah.
Okay, so Yanga, can I define me working a 9 to 5 as freedom? Can I define that as my
I
freedom?
think if that is your definition of freedom, absolutely.
Okay,
So you
okay.
just point.
If that's his definition of freedom, working a 9 to 5, security and receiving a paycheck, and then that's his definition of freedom.
So,
He doesn't want
so
to
if
be no. It's so. Here's my point. Do you want to be hindered in that? Do you want to
I
be
don't feel like I'm
instructed
not
in that?
hindered.
That's what I'm
I'm not
saying. And you,
instructed.
but if
I'm
somebody
not
tried
hindered
to
or
stop,
instructed.
that's what I'm saying. But if I came and tried to stop you from going to work, if I tried to hinder you or obstruct you, would you call that freedom?
I would say if a person tells
Come
me that
on,
what I'm doing
man.
is not,
Come
Yanga,
on, man.
hold
You
on,
don't want to
Yanga,
answer that.
Yanga,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yanga. No, no,
Go
no.
ahead.
If there's a person out there to say, look at Black Son, he working on the white man's job. He's a slave. I think they're infringing on my definition of what freedom is.
Okay. That's what we did in that thing. I think as long as my definition is a little bit broader, you can say what you want to say, but I get it. Let's take it from your point of view. You're
Okay.
saying exactly what I just said. If your definition, I said freedom to me is to
Uh-huh.
naturally is the right to naturally evolve without the intentional or willful hindrance and obstructions. If you believe that in the society you live in, 9 to 5 will provide you with a security, a
Uh-huh.
measurement of stability, that
Right.
is your right, your freedom. And that is a natural evolvement from the society you
Okay.
live in. If someone comes to try to stop that, they are impeding on your freedom. I don't care what
So
you define freedom
so
as.
what you're saying, okay,
Yeah,
so based on that definition you just gave, so if a person comes along and say Black Son is a slave, he don't know he's a slave. Is that stopping my natural process right there?
I don't think so. That's where you
Mentally?
would have to take it. I don't think so. That's where you would have to take it to the
Are they
to
not
to
trying to
some court
discourage me?
things. I don't. I
Aren't they
mean,
trying to
that's.
discourage me?
But then, are you impinging on their freedom of speech? I mean, it hasn't ended. If it's a mental issue, you probably have to take it to court and say it had made me have a breakdown. I missed work. It cost me money. I don't know. I'm not a judge in that. What I'm saying
Okay.
is, I'm being very general. That's specific. I don't know your mental state. If somebody 99 poo poo you, is it gonna cause you to break down? I don't know. I've been called worse than a coon or a house nigga. It ain't,
No,
so
no, no.
that's
I got
and
what
then
you're saying,
you
right?
see what I'm
But what
saying?
I'm saying
So,
is
but
that right,
now if they
right, okay.
incite people to physically hinder you, if they incite
Hmm.
people, if they're calling your job and they're
Right,
harassing your boss and shit, now they're impending on your freedoms to take care of yourself and your family.
right.
That you
Got you.
have a right to do that. You have a right to work. You have a right. They have a right to believe that a 9 to 5 is not them. The thing of a democracy is, here's the wonderful thing about a true democracy. We all have a right to debate that, what freedom is, what this and that. But I think we all would, if we're honest about it, I think we all would kind of agree. You know what I'm saying? We can play with the semantics, but we have a right to debate that. And we have a right to debate what's in the best interest of
So
black people.
you're acknowledging your freedoms here in the United States of America. So you're
I
saying we
don't,
have the right to debate that. We can get on the internet and we can
I'm
debate it, the
right.
issues, where in some countries you can't do that.
I'm saying in America, I am acknowledging
Okay. Okay.
certain allowances. I'm not as liberal anymore with that word freedom. I'm acknowledging certain allowances in America. I still hold to the fact that our right to be so-called citizens, our right to participate, is held together by an amendment. And I understand all the legalities of having to make an amendment to a constitution. But if you write a document for a land and people are not included, and you later have to add them like they were never part
Whoa.
of the original
Uh,
process, then
Hold
our
on,
fate,
Yanga, Yanga.
our
I gotta
fate
get you.
hangs in the balance.
I gotta get you right there. John Henson, was he a black man?
Yeah. It
Did he help
depends.
write the Constitution?
He was a melanated man. Let's say
Okay,
he
he was a
was a
melanated man.
melanated
Okay,
man. Yeah.
he was a melanated
Yeah.
man. Did that melanated man help write the Constitution?
Yeah, they say he did.
So then,
But
how
are
is that a
you
white supremacist document?
here's how I will tell you. When the
Okay.
word when it became into play, when you're talking about pre-slavery, when black people came over as indentured servants, some black people came, you have free black people over in America before slavery. a very little taught fact. So you had these participants in pre continental America in these colonies before they came together, and this Negro, some would dispute his ethnicity. Some would say he wasn't even black, what we would call black. But this Negro was
Okay,
one of
but
those
yeah,
was
yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah.
those Negroes. So let me
Hold
say
on, hold on,
this.
hold on, real quick. But there were other black men there. It wasn't just John Henson.
But
It was other
here's
melanated. Okay, go ahead. They
I agree.
participated in that Constitution.
I
Okay,
agree
okay,
with that.
okay,
But
okay, okay.
when the whole social cultural construct of America changed, their participation damn near was null and void. When the whole social construct of America changed,
Do you
when
that?
they
But do you
begin
blame
to
that on the Constitution, though, Yanga? Do you blame that on the Constitution,
no,
or you
no,
blame
no.
that on fucking
I
hillbillies?
didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay, go ahead,
Listen,
go ahead.
it might be,
Okay, go
but
ahead.
like I said there before, when it became weaponized, see, it might have been wrote, but the fact that you had to be written in as an amendment, I don't care if it was a room full of niggas that wrote the Constitution, which it probably was. They probably stole every idea from us. Thomas Jefferson was a nigger lover. He loved black women. He loved her. He loved his woman.
That's
So
goddamn right. I love them damn
that
nigga gals.
he loved them. He loved
I
his black,
love them damn
but
nigga gals. I
nonetheless,
love the nigga gals. Okay, okay, I'm
nonetheless,
sorry.
he
Go
was
ahead.
a he was a white racist devil. He did what white men do at that time. Anyway, let me say this real quick. So when it could have been a room full of black people, when the social cultural construct of America changed, when that changed and when they started even snatching up free Negroes and slapping them into slavery, the Constitution changed. And so you were erased from any of its protections. You were erased, you was 3/4 and all this other shit. You were not afforded any of these protections. Later on, history, the amendments come in. So now you got these amendments. Okay, we got to amend the Constitution. We got to add something to it. And guess what they added? You and I. You and I. And when they added you, and if you have to add something to, that means it's not a part of the original. It's not a part of the conception. So for now, nostalgic sake, for historical sake, to say that black people were somewhere, yeah, we was there when they signed the motherfucking toilet tissue known as the Constitution. We was there. Yay for us. But when you talk about practical sake, when you talk about it really being something of substance that would help us as a people, that helped us or would help us as a people, it is falling short. And the fact that we have to be amended into it always speaks to a vicarious position in America. At any time, these liberal crackers could decide to put niggas back in slavery based on, because you're a citizen by amendment, by an amendment. And we get so comfortable, oh, that could never happen. That's the type of shit that gets us.
Well,
Either you,
it's amendments all throughout the Constitution. So if that's the case,
I,
they can change anything.
absolutely, absolutely. And
I
if they
don't agree.
change any and everything, would they still come out on top? Would it change it to give you equity, or would it subjugate you to this word that you've been battling with, MD, system? I could care less
Well,
about the
Yanga,
other amendments. I'm talking about the amendments that affect us directly. We can't snooze on that. These are our livelihoods, our lives and
well,
shit. We talking about other
Yanga.
amendments. Yeah.
Hold on. If there's any amendments made or changes, first of all, they'll be facing a minority white Congress, a minority whites Senate. I mean, you're looking at mostly women. You're looking at minorities. You got. I mean, it doesn't look the same when you talk about during the Civil War, slavery. It's a whole different face now. It's a
I
whole different
agree, and
face now. So,
I
okay,
agree,
go
but I
ahead, go
don't
ahead.
talk. I'm sorry, brother. I'm talking over you. Go ahead. It is a whole
No,
different
no,
face.
no. Go
Finish
ahead,
up
go
your
ahead,
thought.
go ahead. No. That was my thought. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, listen, I agree, but one thing that I say here too, that the problem with materialism is immediate. It's right now. It's instant gratification. It's instant satisfaction. I'm talking about long term. Let's say not even say now. It looks, the Senate and the Congress looks like this now. That's
Right.
one. We're talking long term. Secondly, we didn't think that these crackers in Mississippi would pull out a fucking Mississippi Constitution from 1809 to shift the fucking district. I mean, they went and got their ass, yo. But we slept. That's what I'm saying. Like the amendments, I bet you Chokwe Lumumba Junior never saw that shit coming. I bet you the capital of Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, never saw that shit coming. 1809. And in this clause to the Mississippi thing, they say that they blatantly point out we're doing this to keep the niggas from gaining power. I mean, they clearly state why this provision was written in, why this is how it is, and such and such, and thus and therefore. And now they done usurped the mayor in Jackson, Mississippi, which is the most densely black population in America. There's more Negroes in Jackson, Mississippi, in that city than anywhere. 80%, they say. And they have no fucking power at this particular time when that new Jim Crow shit step in. Yo, where's their constitutional protection? Oh, I guess it's their damn fault. It's the nigger's fault. I guess so, though. Yeah, I get it.
Well, that's where you have to have federal. I mean, now you're talking about state rights and federal jurisdictions.
Right.
Now we got to get into that. Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So is the RNA? So is the RNA
Exactly.
Foundation Jackson itself, or is the RNA Foundation the state? That's a question.
They should be the RNA should be fighting for the state. If I was the president
agree.
of something, there'd be some radical changes. Thing about the RNA, they operate like a government, so there are procedures and stuff you have to go through to get them. I'm a little more radical. I'm militant. I'm in the defense division of the RNA. I'm in the Black Legion. So as far as the government part, I participate. I have my little say. But they have a president, they have an interior minister of interior. There's a structure, and I'm sure that they're addressing it. In fact, that may be a good live. I should go see what the provisional government has to say about this crisis. But I'm just talking about generally, for just the general mass of black people and those that just want the general information. You know what I'm saying? Every citizen in Jackson and of the Republic of New Africa, they're melanated people. They're black people, Afro-American, whatever the little semantics we arguing over nowadays. But they are real people in real trouble.
Here's the thing, though, Yang, and this way you're gonna jump on me. We're talking about when we talking RNA, when we talking about and all this, and I got my issues with them too, because they some narking and type fellas, and I don't deal with them. When we talking about creating a quote unquote government within Mississippi to govern quote unquote themselves, the hint of that is what created the water crisis in Mississippi. The hindrance of trying to have your own state government created the enactment of bringing back these old provisional laws that's going to segregate them, even to the extent they have no political power.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is focusing more on.
Oh, you coming in and out? Is that me or MD?
That's probably me.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, so I'm telling you, that's the issue.
Yeah, I would agree.
It should have been more political presence with the RNA from the state level, and not trying to worry about trying to create this utopic governmental system within Jackson. That's why you have the issues down there, and that's where me and you can have that debate. Like I said, I can debate you on a whole lot of stuff.
We can. We would have that debate, but it'd be a problem because I agree with that. What I disagree with is your perspective from it. Pardon me, brother, this is not to be insulting. It sounds very defeatist. It sounds like you're absolutely right. That is happening because black people dare to be self-governing. It sounds as if you're saying to me, if we'd have just went along with the get along, them crackers wouldn't have fucked with us.
That's not self-government.
Then what are you?
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm telling you,
self-governance is having that political power in the state Senate. That's self-governance. That's creating your own utopic government. That's not self-governance. That's escapism.
That's not self-governance. What you're doing, I think, is like I said, is it is what they call it capitulating. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, we come to the conclusion that we need to be governed of self. Now, to say that we didn't participate in that form. And here's where first I'm gonna prove you wrong. This is why I want to have that debate. The mayor before Chokwe Lumumba Jr. was who?
Yeah, can you hear me? My bad.
Yeah,
My bad. It broke up on my end.
yeah.
What you say?
The mayor before Chokwe Lumumba Jr. was who?
I don't know, bro.
It was
They
his
they
father.
been they been in power.
That's what I'm telling you. And they got him, but so there was political moves. So it was his father, Chokwe Lumumba Sr., who was the Minister of Interior for the Republic of New Africa, one of the founders, one of the first to go in. So one of the charters was to go into politics. What you're seeing and what you have been seeing in Jackson, two things. One, you have seen negligence of Black people to believe in self-determination, to believe that we can do it for ourselves, because a lot of us don't even know about the Republic of New Africa. A lot of us don't know that there are alternatives to this system of government.
Yeah,
And a lot of
I'm
us,
not saying there wasn't never people there. Like
right. And
the
secondly, let me say this real
Go ahead.
quick, and I'll be silent. Secondly, what you see is like what you see in Haiti. You see repression. You see them saying, "How dare you, Negroes, have the audacity to want freedom?" That's you. We're seeing a microcosm of a macrocosm. It's the same shit they're doing to Haiti. Is what they're doing to Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, I don't
Go ahead.
disagree with that. I mean, in fact, Bernie Thompson, you know what I mean, the January
Yeah.
6th committee chair, he got affiliation with the RNA. So I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't have presence there. What I'm saying is the priority in the political policy wasn't there. That's what I'm saying.
I think that I think that political policy is one. Last I checked, if they're still on same exact about the separation, is right and exact. I'm telling you that here's what I would contend in debate. That why you would say that, I would say that with intentional attack, that the political power was never, it was intentionally attacked from beginning, from its inception. And being, when we talk about that freedom, being free to evolve, that it had been hindered and targeted from the very beginning. From the raid in what year was that? When they in Jackson, Mississippi, when they had the shootout, when it was establishing. I mean, Jackson, Mississippi has always been a hotbed of strong Black Southern nationalists. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it was targeted. It was targeted, and it's still being targeted. And I think, like Chokwe and everybody is saying, that this is revision. They're going back to old laws, Jim Crow laws. I don't know if it was lack of political power participation, because they got the people they need. They're going back to some old Mississippi shit, state of Mississippi. And don't worry about it, because Georgia ain't far behind. Georgia ain't far behind. They're already doing the same shit, redistricting. Yeah, Georgia. We sitting there talking about Mississippi is just a testing ground. They redistricting. They already got shit where you can't teach certain things in school, like the critical race theory. We already got that. You know what I'm saying? It's coming right behind. So the independence looks like just basically getting your own shit, not buying into. I don't know. I think we're too far gone to really. I'm not saying pull all the way out at one time. I'm saying play a strategic retreat. If it's a very distasteful word, but I don't know. Somebody would have to convince me that the holes in this ship can be repaired, and I just don't see it for us.
But
Okay,
where,
so
where are we
that's
swimming
where
to,
your
though, Yank?
separatist mind. Yeah, that's where your separatist mind come in. At.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's what it. Um. I think that the first thing, if we're talking political, one of the things I like to see us do, if anything, if we want to steal some kind of way, there's two answers, and both of them at this point is out there. Both of them at this point is out there. Here's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid reality is it's going to be what it is. But here it is. Here's my hypothetical. Here's my fantasy. One, that, Black people raise a hell about Jackson, Mississippi, and not just in Jackson, Mississippi. We call, for those constitutionalists, like I said, man, if any time This is a fight for the black constitutionalists. Here's a fight for the black I mean, these people's constitutional rights, if you ask me, are being usurped. And you guys may know the Constitution a little better than me. This is a fight for the so-called black Americans. You have black Americans being legally taken back to Jim Crow laws. For black Americans, for constitutionalists, for those that say that we are fighting to come out of that, not to have to revisit that, this should be a burr in their fucking saddle. That's the first thing. I think all over the world, and not just
White
That me?
supremacy won't let you be great.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that's what you was talking about. Like I said, I'm in a bad area.
No, I'm
I
saying
guess
like
that was
Yeah,
Yeager was talking. White supremacy won't let Yeager be great because he was cutting up when I was listening to him.
But yeah, to
Oh,
Yeager's point, I agree. I agree with a lot of aspects of what he's saying. The problem is you're not
have,
able.
huh?
Okay, you back now, Yang.
Okay. Go ahead, man. I got on the rant, man. Y'all got me on the rant.
Nah, you good. You good. At least you keep it on top. You ain't nigga babbling, so that's good. That's good.
Man, when y'all gonna bury that fucking hatchet, man?
It ain't no hatchet to bet now. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
I refuse to watch those videos. Now I be checking you guys out. I'm doing what GTO told me. I'm practicing a thing called trolling you guys. I just be riding around on these chats listening. That shit is awesome. Just, you know what I'm saying? Going to different YouTubes, checking some shit out. Yo, I ain't even gonna bring that up on this channel. I'm gonna have to go live, man, because despite who beef I got, this and that, I was trolling Lion of Judah, and a white boy was totally out of line, man. And I ain't gonna bring it up over here because I know the sensitivities and shit with the people involved, man. But as black men, I don't know. I don't get into the knowledge shit that deep, where my culture, my community, people in my community can be disrespected. And if we got a problem with black men calling women black bitches or bitches and shit, we should be in a motherfucking total uproar when a pale-faced, buttermilk complected, pasty ass cracker begins to use those type of epithets towards our women, man. We can't be so fascinated with somebody's
well, hold on, Yanga.
verbiage.
This is the arena uncensored. We
Okay,
don't
my
do
bad, my
I
bad.
don't even
you,
know who
you,
Lion
you
of
see
Judah is. I don't
uncensored.
even know
No,
who that
Lions
is.
Den. No, they Lions Den. Some
Oh,
dude,
Lions Den.
Kashu.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Lions Den. Some cracker, Kashu, Koshu. But I ain't gonna get into it. He just, it was I'm
No, get
surprised.
into it. This the arena uncensored.
Oh, I
Get
think
into
Yeah,
I
it,
know who
nah,
you're
Yanga.
talking about. You're talking about the white
If you,
comedic guy.
yeah.
Yeah. I
He
know who you're
kind of,
talking about.
Nundy doing classic Nundy. I'm gonna bring her name up if it's okay on this platform, and I'm
no, it's
saying it
fine.
with respect. Okay. So Nundy being Nundy gets on it. She checks your nigga. I'm checking it out. I'm getting my little giggle on. I vaguely get off into that shit, but I'm doing, like you said, what they call trolling. So I'm listening and she's jamming him up. And my man just goes, long story short, out comes the black bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to figure out when a cracker and then he holler about how he's in Atlanta and shit like that. What? What?
Well, I mean, Yankee, he just defending his culture at the end of the day.
That's white supremacy. See what white supremacy gets you? See what white supremacy? That's white supremacy. That is. That cracker is practicing white
Oh
supremacy.
shit.
That
Oh
cracker is
Lord.
practicing white supremacy. That's exactly what that cracker practices. I'm gonna get,
Oh shit.
now the cracker, man. And I'm wondering what nigger. You talk about nigger babbles. What niggers? You know what I'm saying? Are letting this cracker hang so tight that he feel that motherfucking comfortable. See, that's why I say, didn't he call them motherfuckers nigger? That's that nigger. So, I mean, I'm like, man, what cracker? What? Listen, even if you the coolest cracker growing up with black people, don't we put white in front of their name? Everybody know white boy Rick, white boy Mike. Don't we put white in front of it? Am I right
Yeah,
or am I tripping?
yeah, we do.
Okay, you know why we do that, right? It ain't to remind us. It ain't to remind. We know you white. We looking at you. It's to remind you, hey, white boy Mike. hey, white boy Rick. It's to remind you, cracker, that you got a pass, but you still white. I don't need to say white boy Mike as to know to me, I'm looking at you. You pasty face bitch. However, I'm reminding you. And so what they didn't do is they let the cracker take on, I guess, a comedic name. They let the cracker, if he's a crack, I don't even know if he's a crack. When I was watching, I thought he was a light-skinned black man. You know, we come in all types of shades and shit. Even shit colored yellow. We come in that damn shade. So I'm thinking the cracker is, you know, maybe a light skin, but now I'm beginning to believe he's a white boy. And his handlers, his peoples didn't keep the white gorilla in his place. Now I don't get into all the hick tokes and the shit tokes and because I don't give two fucks about none of that shit. I don't give two fucks about none of that bullshit.
Don't let Uncle hear you say that. I'm joking.
I don't. I love Unc, that's my boy, but I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Shout out to
I ain't seen a hick toke, a mick toke, a mematite out here fucking with the people, defending the people, feeding the people. I don't fuck with that shit. It's good for it though. It's good for some conversation and some niggas to get their motherfucking minds off and shit. But cracker, you go too far. When you start believing that shit, she jammed him up on some Nubian shit. Then he went to speak. Oh man, the shit was just. Then he tried her. Well, Nubian was adapted by Imam Mahdi. This and that. Talking about Dr. York. He called out his Arabic name. Like a motherfucker wouldn't catch that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this dude. So, yo, to you Nuwapos, man. I thought y'all called them Tamahus. I thought y'all had a name for the white devil. I thought he was a Tamahu. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't gonna never get out fucking with these crackers. If I was him, I'd send a Malachi York curse on y'all niggas for fucking with that devil. I don't know how he does it. You know what I'm saying? But I would chastise y'all. Y'all thought y'all was gonna get some good from the devil. Shouts out to the Lions then too. And that boy, I'm gonna tell you what I like that JJ 2000, man. I like him. I like that channel, man. So I ain't mean to shout him out from y'all page. I'm learning to respect platforms, but it's some pretty good shit to go down. But that cracker, man, and I'm gonna get on my page and I'm gonna say something about him, man. I don't know much about him. I don't want to debate that motherfucking comedic shit, that ancient this and the dates of that. I want to talk about why you feel comfortable calling a black woman a black bitch. And then secondly, why you feel so comfortable. Who you know in Atlanta, cracker? Who you know down here that you feel that comfortable calling Nandy a black bitch in Atlanta? And then brag, I'm in Atlanta. Man, you gotta be out of your motherfucking mind, dude. That's how I know you don't know nobody from nowhere. Not anywhere in Atlanta, Decatur, or any parts connected. Nigga, you might be from motherfucking Waycross. Holly motherfucking Atlanta.
You saying he might be from Georgia? Because you know the difference between Atlanta and Georgia.
Someone in these motherfucking hillbillies and crept up in the city, sat up on the nigga and got some flavor. Somebody done trained the devil. Somebody done trained the damn devil and turned the devil loose. Somebody done trained the savage. That's what happened, man. They ain't seen Planet of the Apes. You can't let them monkeys start talking. When you teach the monkey, Caesar will rise. These motherfuckers ain't. You can't teach them apes. These motherfuckers crazy. Now they got a full-grown white gorilla on their hands. No, man. Motherfucker crazy, man.
Wasn't that happen with Captain Cesario? They had that Spanish dude. He looked white as fuck. The Hebrews always do that. They always got at least one white boy in their camp.
What do they
white as fuck.
I guess every group got to have an M&M. I guess now it's like that in religion. I guess you got to have a token white boy.
I mean, we got one in the conscious space. We got hood therapy, but she not gonna be calling nobody a black anything. She cool.
But hood ain't like and that's I have to remember because hood ain't like a token though. Hood like from the land and shit. That's why she got hood on the, But we got you. I'm glad you reminded me. Shouts out to hood therapy. But I mean, a token, like hood is cool as shit. A token is one that tries to motherfucker. You like the token nigga, like Carlton. Hey, fellas, you know, that type of shit. He's like the token white boy. He comes up speaking the motherfucking comedic science and he's on there, man. And then he starts letting the shit slip. He gets very comfortable with his verbiage. And then, you know, that's one thing. But to tell a motherfucker to pull up, like you running shit in Atlanta, bro. Like you handling shit in Atlanta, bro. YouTube got these niggas fucked up. You know what I'm saying? YouTube got these niggas fucked up, man. So I don't know, man.
Well, hold on,
I
yeah,
didn't like that.
I wouldn't give YouTube the total blame. Some of that has to go to hip hop too, brother.
Yeah, or whatever, man. I
Hip
don't,
hop been giving them pass long before YouTube. So
man. Yeah,
I'm not trying to give YouTube
you
a
right
pass,
about that.
but hip hop
No,
been
you're right
doing
about that.
shit and
And us always wanting to be accepting. Us always wanting to show that we're the bigger people. Let them in. That's how Ruth Dillon got to kill everybody in church. When that cracker knocked on the door, I'm sure they thought they were gonna save his little white soul. Let him in. Praise Jesus, brought us a little white boy. And a little white boy massacred everybody in the goddamn church. They should have locked the doors, threw holy water out the motherfucking door, threw a Bible at the cracker. That's what they should have did. Get your white ass away from here. I said, get now. You gotta shoo him.
Mhm.
not sure.
You gotta shoo him. You can't let them all in your mix and shit like that. Not to that degree.
We gonna have a problem.
You know, not to that degree. Especially when they get comfortable calling you out of your name. Like I didn't have it was the problem. Like I don't shit, nothing gonna make you argue with her. And she was killing them on the thing. So nobody have a problem with the back and forth. I'm sitting living, I'm laughing a little bit. However, when you start getting there, you call it anything. He talked about Anka Cat. I mean, everybody, yeah, man, you gotta go back. It's just crazy. And I'm looking, I ain't have my glasses on because I'm like, is he a white boy? I'm looking, then I think he got tattoos. Ain't nothing worse than a white boy with tattoos. Y'all better look at them tattoos. Make sure he ain't got no motherfucking double lightning bolts on them motherfuckers, 2 hammers or something.
Odin.
Shit. Odin. Motherfucking
Not Odin.
the double H. Shit, the double H, the hammerheads, and the fucking hammerheads, and them motherfucking ass kickers, the red laces.
How you know about all them tattoos, Bo?
Man, come on, man. I'm a black militant. Every cracker to get, every police, Marine, cracker, they get next to me. I'm looking for tattoos. I know all the tattoos. This cracker got a bald head. I know them all. You can't come in there with none of that shit on me.
No, that's right.
I'm like, oh, this motherfucker got clover leaves. 2 8s on the motherfucker. Fuck that. You gotta watch. Yeah, you gotta watch these crackers. They set trip too. But since we don't think,
except you're not supposed to watch your crackers when that $6.4 billion is going to goddamn Kiev. You're not supposed to watch it then. But I'm just
yeah.
Damn, why Blackson always gotta include Russian and goddamn Ukraine in every conversation? Why Blackson got to do that?
Well, they need to shit or get off the pot. America need to shit or get off the goddamn pot. So I ain't even gonna go into the thing. Either they gonna go in the motherfucker guns blazing, or they gonna back out. All this trickle down.
Don't encourage them. Don't encourage them. Don't do that.
There goes your free fucking healthcare right there. Goddamn Skilinski. Yeah. Ooh, that's your Bob. Yeah. There goes your free healthcare right there. Fucking Shalinsky got it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I jumped off because I was in the middle of some shit. I heard y'all talking that shit. MD, it's good talking to you again. GTO, it's always good being on there with you, Queen. Black Son, fucking with y'all. I'll be off, no. I'm fuck with y'all. I'll be up in the chat.
Don't go nowhere, Yanga. Like I said, we gotta revisit that whole healthcare thing because I'm not
absolutely.
I'm probing for a damn debate.
Listen, I need a debate. I got two. I need a third debate.
That's why I threw that in there. And you the only one that pulled up your pants because everybody ducked they damn tail when I brought. You know what? I don't even like to bring that business.
I thought KOT was good. Yeah, I thought. Shout out to SVDL. I thought KOT was gonna jump on that.
Look, KOT talking about some Black Son. You think we come from apes? I ain't got time for that dumb shit.
I thought he was gonna jump on the healthcare debate.
No, he want to talk about apes and shit.
Hey,
In fact, why, give that man a Bible debate, Yanga, because that man looking forward to Bible
man,
debate.
I
I don't do
can't.
Bible
Man,
debates, bro. I
I'm
can't do
trying to
that.
avoid those. I'm trying to avoid those,
Yeah,
man. I'm
that's what
trying to
Wait,
avoid.
KOC
who
trying to
said
do, man. KOC,
somebody
you know,
got to
Bible
dictate
thumper.
the Constitution and
GOT, I need a
is
list of
white
all them
supremacy.
damn debates. I know you used to be keeping
Is oh
notes.
yeah, and is white supremacy holding back still holding back black people?
Here,
I guess somebody can debate that too.
you know what kills me, Black Son? Two of the coldest people with the titles and that would have the dopest debates don't even join the league. Inyame and MD.
Yeah, I agree. I
And
totally agree with that.
Yame and MD, two of some of
Yeah.
the coldest top discussion on. I always look forward to a discussion with MD. It's gonna be insightful. He gonna make you be on your toes and shit. You ain't just gonna come with the bullshit. I call him the myth destroyer, MD. But yo, man, join the league, man. And then Yame, if he's listening, I'm gonna tell Yame too, man. Y'all fuck with the league. You know what I'm saying? Bring this good shit on over. You know.
All right, well, you ain't gonna put that in the tuck, man. As far as health care, shit, goddamn smokers and non-smokers get the same coverage. Meat eaters and non-meat eaters, all that. I want to do all that shit. Meat
Oh man,
eaters,
yep.
smokers, all that shit.
Yep,
All that shit.
absolutely. It's just going to be a debate of taxation and rerouting funds. But I got you because I'm going to attack
Okay.
capitalism at its highest. Capitalism and they lobbyists. There's no way you can have all these health studies that say all this shit is bad for you, but because of billions of dollars, like the cattle industry sued Oprah
Oh,
Winfrey.
okay. But hold on, Yang. I agree they should be
Oh.
taxed. I agree they should be taxed. I should be.
Yep.
But where's the realism in that, though? But you know what? I tell you what.
We're gonna take
'cause I
that
agree
debate.
with that.
Yeah,
All right.
we're gonna take
Okay.
because that's the debate. I think that it's all capitalism, and I'm gonna tell you what. Thank you largely for providing my information with the medical mafia and all that. So I want to thank you ahead of time, Black Son. Black Son, I'm
Yeah.
basically using the lobbyists, the medical mafia. You know what I'm saying? To show that if we go
Wait a
after
minute.
criminals,
Hold up.
oh yeah, buddy.
You
Oh
gonna
yeah,
use my own stuff
it's
against
public.
me there, boy?
It's public information now. It's public domain, brother.
Am I gonna have
It's
to put a
public.
trademark? I'm gonna have to do Angel Snuff now. I'm gonna put a
Hey,
trademark on
you
all that
better.
goddamn.
You should have did it. You should have did it before we have debate. You better start trademarking because it's basically a sense of legal, illegal. If we go after the criminals and start taxing the criminals, you'd be surprised at the motherfucker. We could really lower taxes and the surplus of money. If we
Right.
went after criminals, the drug dealers, that's from the sugar companies, the beef and dairy industry, the motherfucking
Yep.
tobacco industry, the alcohol industry. Oh man, wait a minute. I ain't gonna give up my whole debate though, in case you take it. So I ain't gonna give up my
Goddamn.
whole debate. Yeah, man, for goddamn industrialists, capitalist industrialists, these motherfuckers. And I ain't gonna say the unsuspecting masses, the gullible masses, but I blame it on addictions. I blame it on addictions. You know, these are dope
Okay.
dealers, man. Yeah, man, it's
No,
drug
I
dealers.
agree there, though. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
However, you have to know, when you grew up in the hood, you know to stay away from drugs because you
Mm-hmm.
saw,
Mm-hmm.
uncle or whoever on that dope, and you know to stay away. You knew it was addictive. So you know what? We go put it in the
We're
tuck, bro.
gonna
Put it in the tuck. Like I
I'm gonna
said,
put it
it
in the
might.
tuck. I just came to fire up
Right,
my
right.
damn medical, my premium just went sky high. I'm sitting there hitting this motherfucker now.
And like I told
Premium
Trevor,
hit the roof.
he's not gonna run away from that. If I see him in the playoffs, we doing that CTE. We doing that
Mm-hmm.
CTE and Yanga. If we face off in the debates, it's gonna be goddamn the coverage. We gonna goddamn do that medical
Yeah.
coverage, man.
Okay,
Okay.
absolutely. Should I see you there? Hope to see you in debate. Again, Trevor, man, if you out in the cloud, man, good fucking debate, bro. Really good out the gate, strong. Um, man, yeah. I think it was a good debate. I think but you went against ranking number one. So, like you said, you kind of expected it, but it was a good debate. A good debate.
Well, yeah,
I ain't
he
gonna
put up a
spare
good
you though.
fight, man.
He did. He did. He's something to look out for.
So,
All right,
so
guys.
Yanga,
Yeah.
so Yanga, you're not gonna. So you're gonna take the healthcare debate versus the other debate that you came
Well,
up here for?
if MD wanted, MD ain't in the league. I think we're
MD,
gonna have to have.
MD said he wanted to debate you.
I'll debate it, but I got to take the healthcare debate if it comes up because that's a league debate. It goes towards my points. I need
Oh,
one
never
more debate in
mind.
the league. Yeah, shouts out to SVDL. I need one more debate in the league. So, yo, debaters, I'm open for a debate.
Oh, you
I'm looking
just
for a
wait, Younger.
debate.
You just need one. You
Younger.
just need
It
one.
seemed like I don't know, Younger. It seemed like you running.
From
If you
what? No,
ask
I'm a
me,
debate.
I
I'm a
think you
debate
could walk
MD.
you down as
I
well.
think we got to debate. I think we got to debate on the. We debate. Ours ain't going to be a league debate. It's not going to be counted. But I'm looking forward to that debate. I'll debate MD.
Hey, yeah, I'm back. Hey, I was breaking up, but I heard the last part. So now,
Oh,
yeah, so maybe
we talking shit about if somebody don't take that debate. Let me talking
yeah,
shit.
I heard that part. So maybe you misunderstood me, Yankee. What I'm saying is I'm joining the league, is what I'm saying. And I need you to withhold all debate until I get to you.
Oh, man. Okay, if you got to do it before when's the
No, I'm done
deadline?
for
Oh, you
I'm done jacking you, man. But hey, look,
yeah.
eh, we always got the playoff. You know
We
what I'm saying?
always got that, man. And always, yeah, we need to start. Absolutely, we got the playoffs and some good titles. Listen, if you don't mind, if somebody throw some of your titles out there, maybe somebody will take that debate. So
Yeah, no
last,
doubt,
bef-
no doubt.
last before I go, what you know about good God Allah, Black Son?
I know he's a Muslim, and I
Of course.
watched his. I mean, I watched his debate with Suave, man. That was a classic, but of course, it's not up. And that's all I know, man. And of course, he's from the UK. I want the brother to come on here so we can talk, have a chit chat, so I can see where his mind is at. Because I'm saying this and I'm saying this again because apparently KOT did not hear it. I don't do religious debates. Asking me about do we come from apes is a religious debate. Stop that, KOT. Stop that. But thank you, Yanga, for probing with the healthcare because that's where I'm at. I'm not with the Charles Darwins and we come from. I don't care. That doesn't affect my healthcare premium at the end of the day. These smokers do. These meat eaters and these smokers affect my goddamn healthcare. These goddamn smokers and goddamn meat eaters.
It's the government, man. It's the government fucking with
No.
you. Yeah, man. It's the government, man. You should be mad at big tobacco. Stop that shit. They need to stop dope
I am mad
peddling.
at Big Tobacco.
They need
I
to
am mad at Big
stop
Tobacco.
stop dope peddling. It's like you said. You're right. When you sell crack in the neighborhood, if they sell crack in the neighborhood, if someone buys the drugs, smokes the drugs, absolutely, it's on them. They suffer the repercussions and consequences. However, the person pushing the drugs, are they subject to penalties and
I think
and
they
and
should.
persecution? So that's what I'm saying. So it goes for the same. Drugs is drugs. You know what I'm saying?
No, no,
So if
no,
they're
no,
not,
Yanga, no, Yanga. I don't want you
yeah.
misunderstood. I agree with the taxation. I think the tobacco there should be on tax on that. But in the meantime, how does that work for Universal? Universal means that we pay for that.
Well, that's how it would work for Universal. It would take the burden off of you. It wouldn't be taxation. The taxation or a large percentage of the taxation would go to the industries. There'd be
Okay, then that's
regulation. I
not
mean,
then Yanga, that's
uh,
not universal. That's capitalism. That's not universal.
no, it's not complete capitalism because what it is regulation. Now I'm me taxing them for that and making them pay for health care. I'm sure that'd be a mighty fight in the Supreme Court. They feel like I'm infringing on their rights. They'll fight that shit. They will fight
Right.
that shit. They don't want to eat. They
You
don't want to eat
make
that
who?
cost.
Hold on, wait a minute. Make who pay for the health care? The tobacco companies?
I would taxation. I would hit them with a health tax, a general health tax. Tobacco, alcohol, sugar, dairy, and beef. Anything these motherfuckers that they have come out and says causes medical problems. Yet we buy and you market and sell to us. Yeah, you got to pay a responsibility tax. If you're gonna capitalize off of addictions, if you're gonna capitalize off the people's addictions, then you're gonna pay a health tax. If I'm gonna let you sell drugs and poisons legally, oh yeah, you gotta pay because I'm locking the weed man up. They can holler about municipal purposes. You know what I'm saying? But just because it ain't legal in this state or legal in that state, nah. If we're doing that for drugs, let's go around the board. Let's look at the effects of alcoholism. Let's look at the effects of tobacco as opposed to the effects of marijuana. Yet marijuana is still criminalized. You know what I'm saying? You can still people doing
Well,
time for that.
hold on, Ganga. They can make the argument say they're not forcing you to buy the meat or the goddamn cigarettes. They're not
exactly that would be their argument, and I get it.
Right.
The same way the crack dealer would have that argument. But why is crack cocaine illegal? Because the government can't regulate it. When they get a crack cocaine dispensary, it won't be illegal no more. That's why they can't regulate it. So if you're penalizing the crack dealer, if you're penalizing the weed man, let's stick to weed,
Right.
whom has been proven has medicinal purposes with medical shit, for all them damn words. They say the shit can be good for you. How about that? So why is certain states criminalized, but other states aren't? The states that aren't criminalized are the states that marijuana can be capitalized off of. Putting underground economics out of business, putting the weed man out of business, and the state once again has its hand in other economic opportunities for the disenfranchised. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they started the dispensaries. Now that since they can tax that, can have government involvement, it's legal. So it's the same thing with these other drugs. I say this: if you're gonna legalize the drugs and all that shit, slap them with a health tax. And they make enough money for a health tax to begin, if not totally help with the taxation of the mass of people, to alleviate large portion of that. I think that there should be a social responsibility attached to these poisons they pushed into the community.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me Chris Harris and Cesario can have a pay-per-view on a Kemet and Jesus debate, and Yang and Blackson can't have a debate on goddamn healthcare and it be pay-per-view? Is that what y'all telling me?
That's
Is that what the fuck y'all telling me?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's too much like
Because
real life.
Cesario and Chris Harris are debating the same old fucking rusty topic, and I like Chris Harris and Cesario, but what the fuck? Does the Bible come from Kemet? Are we serious? And people are paying for that shit?
Yeah.
People are paying for that shit.
No, don't forget that exact title specifically. They've had that debate like 5 times too. That's
Man,
right.
that's an old title. I can take you back to 2000 and oh my God, come on, really?
Man, 100 day of games. 100 day of games. You remember when Rome was falling? The barbarians were at the gate. What did Caesar do? Throw 100 day of games. Keep the people preoccupied while the city's under siege, crumbling. They in the damn Colosseum cheering on gladiators.
Yanga. Hold on, no. How long you been on YouTube, Yanga?
It's a couple months.
How long you know Unc?
Forever. It feels
How
like
long?
some years.
How many
like
times have we
2015.
heard that the Bible comes from Kemet? How long have we heard that?
Yeah.
But
That's been a
people
discussion
on
on a couple shows.
YouTube paying for this debate. I'm just like, really? This is what y'all doing?
Yeah, I'm about to leave you. I'm about to start getting in that religious shit. They finna call me.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yanga Ra, Tutton Houghton, Putin Majigama. I'm gonna have all kind of names. Yanga Ra, Muhammad, Jesus Barnabas.
Jesus
Barnabas. From the Communitites, nigga. I'm a Communitite. I'm a smoke eye.
What's the other dude's name from the channel? Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad.
Buddha, Muhammad. Fuck it.
No, you're
Why
gonna
not?
be SU Ganesha, Buddha.
Buddha, Krishna, yeah, all kind of. I'm all kind of people. Why the fuck not? Why not? Fuck it.
Why not pull up at one time? I'm fucking
right. Shit, why the fuck not? It's YouTube. You can do that shit. You can do that. Fuck it.
J. Cal said I wouldn't pay for that bullshit.
Shit, you can do that shit. You wouldn't, man. I jump on there. Shouts out to Lex Vortex, man. I'd be like, Lex, I am the way and the light. Coming to me. Shouts out Lex. Lex start the show with that shit. He don't fuck around. Yanga, what? I am the truth. The ancestors have sent me. I'm like, God damn, that's how we starting, huh? That's how you just gonna come in like that, huh?
This is rebuttal to the debate, though. I'll be fucking big.
Oh gosh,
I'm serious.
Oh my
That's
God.
my boy, man. Shouts out, man. I'm fucking with him. He just get straight to
Damn.
the point. Fuck that shit. Straight to the point. I'm gonna let you know up front. I ain't mad at it. I need to get bold like that. Fuck it. It's YouTube. Fuck it. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So
Well, they're
that's where
charging
we
for a
at, man.
debate. Yeah, they charging.
Yeah.
Does the Bible come from Kemet? They charging for that shit, and people are actually paying for that shit. I'm just like,
Hey,
wow.
man.
Okay.
Hey, man.
Okay.
It's something else,
Okay.
man. You know, it's an uphill. It's
Okay.
an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle. You know, bringing certain information, keeping our people relative, and still making it where people want to discuss this shit. It's too much like real life, healthcare. No, it's hard to wake up every day and face the real life shit that is like present all the goddamn time. Your health, your children, relationships with your woman, social relationships with your neighbors and society and broad, the politics you address, motherfucking spending habits, shit that affect you. Every now and then we need an escape. I'm not mad at them. I would hope that in addition to enjoying those type of debates that they would begin to incorporate, if they haven't already, begin to incorporate a healthy dose of motherfucking reality. You know what I'm saying? Whether you agree or disagree, come listen to the arena, listen to this point of view, because whether you agree or disagree, this is a demographic of black fucking America. This is, these are representatives of Black America. Agree or disagree, and come think, all the channels that promote in our so-called sector or whatever that promote that type of shit. Jump in and get your discussion on. To go back before I let you go, but shouts out again to my man JJ 2000. Great fucking show, Lions Den. But we gotta be careful when them motherfuckers. We can invite them bitches on our show. We can invite them bitches to have a say if you go out that route. And I like what the Lions Den did. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just let that shit go unchecked. That's why I say shouts out to them. But we have to be like they did over there. We have to check that shit. We have to stop it like, oh, you getting too familiar. It's like you threw your feet up on my motherfucking coffee table, cracker. You getting too familiar and too comfortable in a home that I have invited you in. You begin to think that you have an investment in the nails or the plaster that I put into building this edifice. And you don't. You have always been a pariah and a parasite of the black community. You've always been a devil. You will not a devil, like Elijah Muhammad teaches, not a devil, the motherfucking devil. You are the motherfucking devil in every sense of the goddamn word, as tangible and physical. I don't know about the spiritual. I don't know if you hide in your horns and your tail and your pitchfork. I don't know what that looks like, but I know your real actions translate into devilment and mischief and outright destruction in most instances. So for it doesn't surprise me that the cracker went there. I'm just surprised that he got so that white supremacy came out of him so much that he would begin to shout out his location in defiance and a challenge that he's the motherfucker down here. And I don't know about YouTube. And like I said, she ain't number one on my motherfucking list. Out the right, I'll keep it 21, and that might cause me a whole YouTube. Just that right there. I might get a whole show on my ass. However, she is a black woman, and I do know she participates in the actions in Atlanta. And I'll be goddamn, we'll argue with her. We'll go back and forth, but we have to, like I said, certain like that nigga word and certain shit, and that bitch, I don't like for that to be used by women, but we do it. I've done it. I ain't sitting and play like I'm no motherfucking saint. But at the same time, it's reserved for us. We're talking about us. And outside of that'll get your wig split, man. Not issuing any threats. I'm just saying, if should the wrong person have heard you said that and bump into you in Atlanta, you would quite possibly have to answer for that type of language. I'm just saying. I don't know. But that type of shit, So listen, man, I could go on and on. I was in the middle of some shit. Fucking with y'all. I heard y'all talking. Somebody called me and was like, "You heard your boys over there, don't you?" I said, "Let me go see what my boys over here talking about." And sure enough, y'all were talking about because you can get some bath soap you free. Y'all know better than that stuff.
The bath soap. What the hell?
I don't know what y'all was talking about. Listen, let me jump off, man. I'm gonna go back, man. Shouts out. I appreciate y'all having me on the panel. MD, GTO, Black Sun. I'm gonna catch up with y'all. I'm gonna
Yeah,
just
don't
put
be
it on thing.
strangers,
I'll be
brother.
listening for a minute. Absolutely, bro. I appreciate
Okay.
the invite, Black man.
All right, man. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Oh shit, where happened to MD? Shit. Oh shit, we lost MD. Shit.
But
Uh,
yeah, I was, yeah, that's yeah, this was a good stream, man.
oh, it was, man. I appreciate you for coming on, GTO. Shit.
Yeah,
Hey, you ain't did a show in a while, man.
I'm ready to get
What?
logged
Hey,
after
Love
this.
Run.
I'm ready to talk shit.
Huh?
I'm ready to talk shit
Huh?
about
You
Yenga.
ready to talk shit?
Yeah, about
Okay.
Yenga. Because
Okay.
no. I would love to see our healthcare debate because Yenga is always beating up on capitalism. But I mean, that white supremacy debate made him hit the link again,
Well,
and he
yeah.
was like,
Well,
"Hold
the
on,
well the
hold on."
well the healthcare debate it coincides with capitalism. So, but we I didn't know he only actually has one more debate, so he'll probably catch a debate. So we might have to make that a champ or if I face him in the championship, if I face Trevor in the championship. Like I said, there's 10 other debaters. You got this new guy, good God of law. So we'll see. But
Oh, okay. I haven't even got to see who that was. What is his name again? Good guy. What?
good good God of law.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's from England. Yeah. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've seen one of his. He debated Suave. I seen that debate, and they were debating Islam, and that was actually a good debate, man. It was their entertainment, and then it was pretty good because I was actually studying. I was going to face Suave, but as you know, that didn't happen. But yeah, I was studying Suave, and that was one of the debates I came across. I was like, oh shit, it's actually a good debate. Suave is actually not talking about no flat Earth. Okay,
Wait,
wow,
what?
okay. I said it was a debate where Suave was actually not talking about flat Earth. Usually,
He believes in flat Earth.
that's. I mean, I don't even know. I just know he kept doing these flat Earth debates for a while. And I was like, oh my gosh. When I think of Suave, I think of flat Earth. When I think of Suave,
No,
because last season.
I remember he did the one. No, I do remember a bit when he was on there. I remember him doing "Did white people go to the moon or not?" with Taz. I
Yeah. See,
remember
yeah,
that
that
one,
kind of, yeah,
but
that
I
kind of,
never
them
got
kind
to
of debates
watch
are.
it because at the
Oh,
time,
okay.
you know, which made me mad now because I don't know. I like NASA debates. I feel like it's better than you rarely you see them more rare than what you see these goddamn religious debates. God
Right, that's
damn.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like it's more interesting because you don't know what the fuck people going to say versus you already know what's going people the dumb shit people going to say in the Bible. Motherfucker just gonna be like we're Hebrew Israelites and that's what it is. With no
Right, right,
scientific
right,
evidence, just no bullshit. It's all bullshit.
right,
You know.
right.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going to talk shit. I'm ready to go live. I don't know what I'm gonna call it live yet, but I'm gonna think of
Okay.
something.
Okay, well, shit,
But yeah.
I'm ready to, I'm ready to hear live from you, man. You ain't done one in a while. I mean, I know you be doing your thing and be getting your rest, but just wondering. Hey, oh, that's right. MD said, yes, I was waiting for you, MD, and Juju to do a show on Friday on relationships.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to do that. MD
Yeah,
said he was gonna
yeah.
do it. He's still looking for a name. We don't know what
Okay,
we're gonna call it, but I'll
okay,
probably
cool.
think of a name though, because he's not good at that. But
Okay,
no offense, MD.
okay, man.
But
Yeah, I would love that, man. I would love that.
yeah, we'll
I
think
would
about
love
something
that.
because it's a lot of different stuff we can get into. And Juju, she's still talking shit about Yanga in the comments. She's still upset at Yanga from those discussions we had before. And Yanga had us up here sweating. So
Okay.
yeah, we want to get into that. But like, I gotta write that down, matter of fact, because I forgot all about the Friday show because I'm so used to Trevor. But Trevor was like, fuck us. So,
Right, right, right. Well, oh, don't forget, Yanga was asking you for some titles too. So yeah, he
yeah, I'm gonna be talking about
he
that. But I feel like
yeah.
this is a big thing too. I'm gonna be talking about them titles in the Abba video, Yanga. So you make sure to tune in. I'm actually ready to get my son. Hold on. I,
Okay.
I'm gonna go live, Black Son.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I'll shut this one down because yeah, I'm already at 3:30, y'all. I went over, man. I was only gonna do 2 hours, man. Shout out to Yanga. Shout out to J Cal. Shout out to Juju Ibizzle. Shout out to MD20. Shout out, Poetic Empress. Shout out, shout out, shout outs. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Shout out to everybody and anybody in the clouds, anybody I missed, man. J Cal. All right, y'all. We out, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, y'all. Let me. Uh-oh.
The arena of sense.